Announcement posted? Yes, indeed. And do we appear to be live? We do appear to be live. Huzzah! So,
Huzzah!
who would like to give the recap for inspiration?
All right. So, last time on the Fateful Eight. No, that's not the name of this anymore. The Red Hand of Death.
Close enough.
We were suspicious of local community member and general store owner Miss Wright, who we'd investigated once before, and now we were doubly suspicious of after the jailbreak that happened. So we investigated her store, which was effectively abandoned. I went on a rolling hot streak while investigating, which was a lot of fun. We found she had a Dunamantic potion, which was wild. We also found a lot of holy water. And then from there, we started tracking her. We found tunnels that led all around town. And that I have listed all the exits of in my notes, which is excellent. And then we headed out of town. I can't exactly remember where we're going. But we stopped at Tim's cabin first, where we gave Tim's gaslit goblin son Gibbons edibles, and they hit on the trail. So that's where we left off.
Indeed, indeed. As we return to our companions, having made your way off track towards the Witchwood, following the trail of the Scarlet Claw and the escaped prisoners, with Gibbons totally dripping balls at this point in time. I believe I actually ended us in camp, so like an hour and a half or so after that occurred. But you guys want to do anything before that, we are free to jump back a little bit.
I don't think I have anything.
Anything either.
All right. Well, Gibbons proceeds to trip balls for a solid... it's most of the travel, really. He is small stature, had 2 brownies.
I would probably help take care of Gibbons best I could.
Okay.
Just like giving him water and, all that.
Excellent. He is not... it's not a bad high for him, but it's certainly a potent high. Either which way, though, as you guys make camp, rest up, no issues occur throughout the night, and day rises quite swiftly as you guys wake, have breakfast, and are ready to set up on the... I was going to say road, but there's not really a road. On the trail once more. So, as a new day rises, the party, I will need a survival check to follow the tracks. You can see...
Can do.
Feel from the area around you and just from the gloomy skies above that there has been rain, at least a portion of the night, and it's still a little drizzly today, so the DC to follow the tracks is higher.
We're following... These people are technically humanoids, right?
You're following the horses that they're mounted on.
The 4 horses, okay. Do I have advantage for favorite terrain or no?
You guys are at the border of the forest. You guys are following them into the forest, so you would.
So 21.
Yeah, forest. Saving you from a fumble.
Yep.
Alright. With the keen and well-trained of your companion, Tim, you guys are able to, without too much delay, pick up the trail and pretty swiftly realize that, well, they seem to be heading in a northerly direction, and while they do cross a few streams here and there, nothing that seems to hinder Tim's keen eyes to the point where you guys lose the trail. As such, you guys are able to follow it without any issue. Are you wanting to follow it at a slow or medium pace? You can do medium because you have Tim in the party.
Let's go for medium.
All right, all right.
Agree.
It's not too long into your trek into the woods when you step off of game trails and just open woodland and onto what appears to be a, well, somewhat manufactured road. Pushing up through a copse of trees, you can see that there's a large set of hills in the area and plenty of, well, put it in a way that you guys might realize, having some of you being adventurous sorts, some of you having lived within the woods for a while. One would expect that these hills, this area, is either a good place for an ambush or a place where many of the beasts of the woods dwell. With that, you can give me a nature check.
And I'm assuming with advantage.
Yes, because you are in the forest.
Nature, advantage, 14.
Alright. Because of your lore, Tim, you will get great information. Dravgi, 100%, this place could easily be, at least along this trail, a solid point to lay an ambush. Though the tracks themselves do continue along this trail, seemingly just following it. If you were a set of bandits, or if you were a set of guards, more accurately, who are laying ambush for would-be bandits, this would be the place to do it. And it kind of gives you a sense of unease as you realize the high copes of the various cliff faces within the hills and the forest, giving plenty of cover, the undergrowth, all this. But what you do notice, though, is that the area itself is deathly quiet. There's very little noise except for the occasional crowing of the bird. It is unsettling.
Crow.
Now, for Tim...
Chirps in the background.
Yeah, well, I decided to keep the wildlife for a reason. For Tim, because of your time spent within the forest here, areas of ominous quiet tend to be lairs of beasts. While it is certainly a good place for an ambush, you think it's a good place for an ambush from a monster. It's likely the hunting grounds of a demon, or, well, not really a demon, but a beast of the woods. Likely one of those beasts that you heard of some time ago. Gray Render might be one of them. Trolls. Though trolls themselves, they are more intelligent. They are... Well, some say they have a society of their own. So if it is trolls, it would certainly be a bit more... bit more of an issue, as they can hunt in packs, and they hunt tactically.
They actually have brains.
Mm-hmm. That all said, the way forward is still available to you. You are free to move on along this trail, but you do get a sense that you are, in fact, in a beast's hunting ground.
Buddy, I want you to be on your guard. There's something prowling around, probably.
Okay, Papa. I'll keep a lookout.
Good job, Gibbons.
I'll certainly keep a lookout.
Alright.
Aye, this place is alright for lay an ambush. Something about it.
I don't like it either, brother.
As you continue along the road,
Could you force and center me?
yes, there you go. Just continue along the road. Doesn't take you too long before there's a split in the road, though the tracks continue northeasterly. You can see that from this area here, for those with keen eyes in your party, namely Tim, there appears to be wood smoke coming from the southwest. But that is in the opposite direction of your trail.
Can I tell from this distance? Can I tell like how big the smoke is? Is it like from like a campfire or like a larger type of fire?
The smoke itself does not seem to be like a forest fire level, but you can give me a nature check. With a 16, looking at the smoke, you don't think it's a campfire. Campfire, flows in certain ways, and well, this one seems to be more manufactured. Chimney smoke. There's some form of settlement or structure in that direction.
Hey gang, looks like there's a settlement over that ways, but the tracks continue the other way. I think we should keep following the tracks, but maybe we could stop by there on the way back.
Probably good to know where the civilization is anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they've seen sight of who we're tracking. Maybe they might have seen something going on.
Be worth an ask.
I'm not sure. Tracks don't go that way. So they wouldn't have gotten super close to that. No closer than we are right now.
Aye. Let's follow the trail, and then if we come up short, we can double back to the town.
I think that's a good idea.
If you guys like, I could ask Rudd. She has a good idea of what's going on. Or we can follow the luck.
Sure.
Alright, and she takes out a coin. Alright. Heads is smoke and tails are the tracks.
Tails. Here's to do.
Alright. Rudd says follow the tracks.
Alright.
And follow the tracks we will.
Well, as you begin to pick up the trail once more, splitting off from this crossroads, I will roll the encounter check for the area. Although it is certainly ominous, the silence within the forest here, only the pitter-patters of the rain upon the leaves and boughs of the trees around you, it is not too long before you leave this grim feeling. Seems the beast was either not hunting along the road or simply was elsewhere. Alright, and as you continue following the tracks, just zooming out real quick. Alright. You make your way to a larger foot road. This one seems to be a bit more manufactured. Certainly not under any repair. It's, for the most part, loose cobbled stone has long since been overtaken by the forest itself. So there's plenty of patches of grass. There's parts of the stone that are like chipped and broken. There's parts of stone that's just missing. But it does appear to be an old road running through this forest. And the trails, for the most part, it's harder to notice, but from the previous 21 check, that is still enough. They seem to be heading in a northwesterly direction.
And northwesterly bound we are.
Alright. guys right there where I update my timeline real quick. Alright. Let's continue along the trail. The area itself seems to, well, grow denser and denser, and the ground around you seems to get boggy, as if the abundance of rainfall has raised the marsh nearby, even close proximity of the roadside. Loose footing is abundant. More so, as you're walking along the trail, you can see the road itself sometimes becomes submerged within the muck. Here's another encounter checkpoint, as enough time has passed. Alright.
Whoa.
You guys are getting lucky with these lack of encounters. Alright. Well, as you continue along the trail, though it certainly causes some issue traversing the muck and the overly soggy path, is a little more than just a slight delay in your travel. You guys are mounted on horses. It's, for the most part, just a minor inconvenience. However, yeah.
Can Tim tell us how long ago they passed by?
That's a good question. Can I?
Roll me a survival check.
It's just part of Natural Explorer.
Is it?
Oh, look at that. Alright. You detect that there are a total of 3 creatures. They are of large size, and they pass through this area about... Let me look at my timeline. Been here around...
Making Sage do math.
They would have passed by here around 12, 13 hours ago.
Okay. Good to know.
Alright. However, as you push outwards from the muck, you notice that the trail that they made seems to have washed away within the muck. I will need another survival check to find the trail and follow it once again.
Can I give a guidance?
You can.
Okay. This is a D4. Damn, Dropkey. Beating me.
Oh, damn. Alright. Though you both find the tracks, Drovky's just a little bit quicker, and able to pick them up, and with the aid of 2 of you, you're able to, well, continue along the path. It seems that they have decided to go off-road.
We're off-roading.
Make it a lot easier for us to catch up to them. Because I don't believe that they are rangers. Shit, unless they have Protasmus with them.
They do have Bruthasmus.
They did.
He was
They
one of
took
the
him.
prison escapes.
Shit.
Yep. Alright.
Can't wait to find Bruthasmus. It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be quite the conversation I'm going to have to
Yep.
have with Gibbon.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be real fun.
Shoot him, he's the imposter.
Alright.
What we need then is a third person to disguise themselves as Erasmus, and then recreate the Spider-Man.
During our travel time, is
Yeah.
it cool if Clink has written down and taught Yorville the phonetic pronunciation of the Elder Cell Scroll?
Yeah, can we do that?
Yeah, it's fine. You guys had some time back at the camp, and you guys are traveling a long time along the road. It's a little rainy, but you have plenty of tree cover to help you guys out, especially once you guys diverge off path. Yeah, you would have enough information to be able to transcribe it. Yorville.
Excellent, thank you.
Alright. As you guys continue along the road, though, or the forested game trails and just open undergrowth, It is slow going, but fortunately, with your guide of Tim, you're able to push through and push to the edges of what appears to be another marsh. The area itself is heavily waterlogged, being just slammed by the rainfall around you, which seems to grow ever louder as the rain is just pitter and pattering all around. Because of this, as you turn the bend, pushing beyond what appears to be a bit of a cliff face heading in a downward sloping towards a lower elevated position, you can see what appears to be a swelling river coursing through the forest. The river itself is a good 1,000 feet across. It's quite a river. On horseback,
What a river.
you think there would be some issues to get across this, especially with the swelling nature of it. You can see that there was, from the looks of it, what was once a bridge, a footbridge, but that has suffered some damage in the rainfall.
Wow.
So it is potential to cross it from the footbridge, but that's up to you guys.
Minnie gives a nervous look at the bridge.
Yorval's a pretty smart guy. Looking at this bridge, what are the odds that our party could make it across without breaking it?
Give me an engineering tools check with intelligence.
That will just be an intelligence check.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
I mean, the bridge looks stable enough. I mean, it's surviving the river thus far.
Would I know about any sea creatures that would live in this river that could potentially help us get across?
Roll me a nature check.
I think Clink has a general understanding.
All right. Clink, there are portions of this bridge that you think a unsteady step would cause an issue. It wouldn't destroy the whole structure. The structure seems be pretty sound in design. But there are certain pieces of the board that, due to the thick amount of water and the lack of care, you don't think it's been repaired in a bit, that the moss and the like growing upon it would cause it to be extra slippery due to the river. Thus, for those who cannot fly, like Clink, it's a bit of a treacherous walk. And there's a few key pieces that perception checks can avoid, as well as investigations, that would, if you step upon them, would cause potential falling in the river and being swept away. But you think with a 17 that the bridge could hold the horses. It'd just be treacherous. With a 12 from Tim, I mean, with the speed of this river, there's certainly creatures, especially how close you are to the swamp. You're not sure if you want their help, though. The only thing that really comes to mind is back when you were told about a certain creature that dwells in the swamps, and that being a hydra, it's not really known for its friendly nature.
Yep. Okay.
What
Can
are you talking
Clink
about?
slowly,
Just
like,
other cuddly.
crawl across and, like, mark the spots with his thieves' tools?
You could crawl across. I would give you advantage on the any checks that would be to avoid being falling into the water.
If we have enough rope, I wonder if we could, like, make sure that we're all, like, fastened to each other, that if one person falls, they don't get swept away by the river.
I like that idea a lot, except for a lot of us are a lot smaller than you. And I don't know if you or Minnie were to fall, if Travgi, myself, and Clink could really hold you up.
Oh, you'd be surprised what the power of a group can do. I mean, I only
Minnie
weigh...
just gives like a nervous look, like she's clearly gonna go along with what else everyone goes along with, but it just looks really nervous about crossing the big scary bridge.
I mean, I only
You make
weigh...
another character that's afraid of water, Ryan.
No,
I
she
only
doesn't
weigh 100
particularly
pounds.
love the idea of being swept away.
Fair.
So, I mean...
Clink starts crawling.
Food based.
She feels like if anyone's gonna fall in, it's gonna be her, and she really doesn't want to fall in.
Okay.
Tim does have a point though, in that. Well, yes. one of you falling in, I feel like the rest of us will definitely be able to pick up. If both of you, Tim and Minnie, fall in, even with all of our strength, it's a lot to
I'm having a
combine
hard
weight.
time hearing you.
I'm dead is because I'm down here. Hello.
Your
Hello?
mustache, I think it's might be getting in the way.
I can hear him
I'm
just
not-
fine.
I'm not even
Yeah, I can hear
muted.
you too.
It's just primarily if both of you fall in, I don't know how we'll hold you both up, but
Let's see.
Clink, what are you doing, Clink? Like going over and start crawling, I guess.
Clink is marking the more slippery spots of the bridge. Clink has wings, so if Clink starts to slip, he can just go up.
Okay, I think I
Well,
might
do
have
those
an
wings
idea.
work if wet?
What?
So, I'll go after.
Alright. Well, as you begin to crawl your way along the bridge, it's definitely slow going. I mean, it's a 1,000-foot river, and parts of it are submerged. I will need a total of 3 acrobatics checks to cross, all with advantage because you're crawling. And, you know, like, assumedly digging your claws into the wood.
Yeah. Acrobatic.
Would you like to add any destiny to either of those?
I have used quite a lot of Destiny recently.
You have not used any for this day, because you guys have long rested since.
Mhm.
But you have used the most out of the group, with 6. Second being
I'm
Mason
kind of
with
worried
5.
about that 14.
I would be too. So, just because you've
I want
used
to do it.
the most doesn't mean you should to save yourself. Yeah,
Yeah.
see?
Alright, there you go.
22, 20, and 17.
You feel yourself almost slipping about midway across. But you dig in your claws just a bit deeper, and you manage to, a little bit of a ragdoll, hold onto the bridge just enough for the surge of water to pass, and able to continue marking the spots of note. While you are able to make your way across, no issue with those 3 checks. It does take you definitely a decent amount of time. And you would mark each spot that would cause issues. So, as long as your players are attentive on this bridge, they will not have to worry about any perception checks or like to avoid these weakness points.
Cool.
So, I think if we were to make like a chain of people to go across, maybe the horse should go first, and I will be ready to cut the rope if the horse falls into the river. Because if the horse falls into the river, I don't think any of us can pick it back up.
No,
You
that's
guys-
a dead horse.
Do have 3 horses.
We do have 3 horses.
Yeah, so maybe we should horse across one at a time.
Yeah, so maybe we could have like a horse tied to me, and then I'm tied to Gibbons, and Gibbons is tied to Dropkey, and then the other chain is horse is tied to Minnie, is tied to Yorville, is tied to other horse. Because if we have a horse in the middle, that's going to require 2 people to be ready to cut pieces of their rope. Or it might be a bit more, like, treacherous with the rope business. I'm going to... Is everyone okay, like, with this, with, like, having, like, 2 different trains going?
That could work, but we might want to just make sure that we're not crossing too many people at the same time.
I was muted when I was speaking as Gibbons. I'm sad now.
Sad. I'm sad too. I wanted to hear Gibbons talk.
That's a good idea, Papa. I like it.
Thank you, Gibbons.
I'm just gonna hug on a little tighter, though. I miss you, though.
Okay. I should probably be, even though I am pretty heavy and horses are too, I should probably be somewhat near the horses so I could tell them what Clink tells me about spots to avoid.
That's a very good point.
That is a good point.
I always forget that you can do that.
As you are discussing your plans, you can see that Clink is nearly done. But as you're, communicating, Clink is nearing the last section of the bridge. You hear a fluttering of wings from overhead. You look up and see that there is a single black bird fluttering from a northerly direction, crossing the river in your general vicinity. So it kind of swoops down low and lands upon the saddle of one of the dismounted horses.
Oh!
Hello there.
Oh! Oh!
Are you,
Hey, isn't that bird that you sent off the other day?
that's what I'm thinking. Are you here for the reward for that bounty?
And nods its beak.
Oh!
I'm gonna pull out my my map, and I'm going to ask it to peck on the map where it's on the lady.
Begins to peck and crawl to the map. I'm going to give it a check, just to see if it breaks the map, because it is paper and it is a crow.
Fair.
Strength check, so it's still a strength check for a crow, but just in case it roll really, really high. Let's see here. We are looking at a -4. Okay.
That's unbelievable.
19. Alright, well, you have an X marks the spot in that there is now a small puncture hole within your map. Kind of figured that this is probably a likely location, but, well, it pecks the thistle top. Just
That
right
tracks.
over there.
I handed some bird seeds and I pet it and I say, "Good job, thank you."
We'll give a few fluffered of its feathers and kind of just like sit upon the saddle, taking coverage from the tree coverage above. And at this point, Clink, you would be able to fly back relatively around the same time.
Look, another bird.
Clink only sees one.
Right, because that's... Right, yeah.
Right. Well, we know that they're at
I'm
this.
pretty sure Clink is a dragon.
Clink is dragon.
Okay. So now we need to figure out getting across using that there bridge. How much rope do we all have? I have 50 feet of rope.
Let me double check.
I
as well have 50 feet.
have standard equipment.
Clink does not have rope.
That's okay. You can fly across.
Sorry, my thing is being slow. Give me just a moment.
I was muted again.
You banana.
It's truly a cursed existence. My mustache, yes. How much slack are you winding between the different sections of rope? Like 5, 10, 15, 20 feet?
I'm thinking
no rope.
as much feet as we possibly can to avoid putting too much pressure on the bridge.
Gotcha.
So probably like 40 feet and using like 10 feet to tie the knot.
Gotcha. If you're doing it that way, you're definitely going to need to have at least 4, 5, 6, 7 50-foot sections of rope. Because you have the 3 horses plus the, 4 players besides Clink who doesn't need the rope.
With Clink also, we could do this very style. We could tie folks around, have them go across, keep them safe, and then once they are over, Clink flies over, takes the slack, carries it back, and you do it again.
Could work. I know I have 50 feet of rope on me. Does anyone else have any rope?
I think we have 150 feet of rope between us.
Okay.
I have no rope.
Right, 150 feet of rope.
Okay then. I'll take my horse. This is going to lead the first train. I'm going to tie myself to the horse using maybe like 30 feet of rope. And we could use the rest of the rope to tie. Or Gibbons will be on my shoulders. Who wants to be behind me?
Sure.
Dropkey. Okay.
If you can.
And then, do we want anyone else, or is everyone else going to go in the second train?
I think everyone else is going on the
I'll
second
take the
train.
rear.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were going to have Minnie in the second train so that we had one big person in each train.
I think that's a good idea. We need
All
Minnie
right,
is
sounds good.
trunk.
I'll be in the middle then.
Okay. So we're going to use rope for the horse. Myself, Gibbons is attached to me. It doesn't really need to be tied. And
So
then
that...
Dropkey behind me. Yes.
Alright, well, time to make some checks as you begin to cross the waterlogged bridge. I will need acrobatics checks from each individual 3 times.
Just a second, I've got one safety pin here.
I don't suppose favorite terrain helps me in any way.
Let me go bring it up just to check.
There's this annoyingly niche in that river is not a...
I don't think it does.
Make an intelligence or wisdom check. It's not intelligence or wisdom. You have advantage on initiative rolls. It's not initiative based. Difficult terrain does not slow your group's travel. That's good to note. I will say, it's not for you yet, Minnie. You're in the second group.
Well.
If you're leading the group, I will apply your difficult terrain as a 1 less check required benefit. So you'll need 2 groups if Tim is leading it.
Cool.
Otherwise, no benefit from Natural Explorer, unfortunately.
Did you say we will not need 2 groups if Tim is leading it?
If Tim is leading it, you'll need a total of 2 checks per individual rather than 3 checks per individual.
Currently
Gotcha.
the horse is leading it, so maybe we should have the horse in the rear. Okay, we'll switch it up. I'll be in the front.
Yeah.
Drovkey's in the middle, the horse is in the back, and Drovkey, be prepared to drop that horse.
Alright.
Ethan brings up the exhaustion rules for overexerting. Lift one!
Alright. Well,
I'm
Tim,
gonna make my 2 checks.
2 acrobatics.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Alright. You managed to maneuver along the slippery bridge without too much issue. Looking over your shoulder, let's see if the horse can do okay. Would you like me to roll for the horse or someone else?
Drovkey is next, isn't he?
It's Drovkey then horse, yeah. It's
I think
Drovkey
I should.
then. We've...
Okay, then Drovkey, you may make your 2 checks. How very even.
1 in 400 chance, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Horse's turn.
Yep, just posting its token onto the map so I have access to it. Here we are. Alright. Stat sheet. Horse has no bonus to acrobatics. Alright, let's see how this goes.
I'm afraid. This is a dexterous horse.
The three of you managed to make it across the river without too much issue, though you did notice that the horse nearly slipped about the first half of the bridge. Alright, the three of you are now safe.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, I'm going to hit this. Alright.
You'll be alright, brother.
Ah!
So we have two horses, Minnie and Yorville left.
Just remember, left foot, right foot, left. No, that's two lefts.
For you, it'd be 3
guessing-
checks, because Tim's not with you guys anymore.
You said we could crawl for advantage on this, right?
You could.
I would like to crawl.
Excellent.
And Clink, like,
Can Minnie also crawl?
You can.
Yes.
can Clink lead the horses with, like, animal handling to make sure they're not stepping on slippery spots.
Roll an animal handling check.
Left foot, right foot. Left foot, right foot. Left knee, right knee. Left knee, right knee.
Unfortunately,
She's
I
just
don't
like
think horses
carefully
are
like
able to crawl.
like testing each one, and she's like pushing it and like crawling onto the next.
Left hoof, right hoof. Left hoof, right hoof.
Alright, I need 2 more animal handling checks for the other 2 checks.
Front left, back right. Front right, back left. Cross, damn.
Alright. Because of Clink's A, the horses have advantage. Alright. Horse number 1. Horse number 1. Horse number 1.
Oh boy.
Number 2, number 2, number 2.
Ooh, that's also not great.
Wow, okay.
Alright.
That's a 9 for both of them at the last part.
Yep. So.
We're not getting back that deposit.
Oh no!
Can as they reach the end, can I try to reach over and quickly pull them up the edge so they don't fall?
Well,
if
there's
they
2 horses that failed. You guys are in a train, so a single file line. You don't want to be able to save the closest one. However, a failure on this case is not an instant swept away. It is a loss of footing, so a dexterity save is now required by the horses. If they fail that, you may then attempt a roll to see if you can save the closest one. But let me go and grab their save bonus for dex saves, also +0. Alright, horse number 1.
Fire horse.
No.
Not fucking dexterous.
Horse number 2.
Okay. Number 2 do better.
Alright, Minnie, you see the horse closest to you skidding off the bridge, being swept away by the water as it lets out a fearful whinny. Leaping to action, you can give me a athletics check to try to save it.
Can Clink, like,
Oh my.
use all his little might to, like, push off the horse in the other way? So, like, he, like, jumps, dives, giving the horse momentum to the right while he goes left.
An inspiration, anyone can.
I will allow you to do this, but I want you to be aware of the risks. If you fail by a certain amount, you will be swept away as well.
Yes, I am aware.
Okay. You are free to roll me an athletics check of your own. Oh
Okay, hold on. Ten to reroll.
I'm still tied to Tim, right?
I mean, you guys are on the other side. I imagine you guys did the plan of Clink flies across the rope and ties to the other people.
Yep.
Fuck, yeah, you're right. Also, it was okay, but still. So how far are they from me when this is occurring? I want to try to jump to the...
This would have been the very last section of the bridge, so they're about 150 feet away from you.
Oh, still...
Yeah, I mean, it's a 1,000-foot bridge.
Yeah, that better be its fucking name.
No, unfortunately not.
Now.
Technically, the bridge has a name, but it's a really old bridge, so no one really remembers it.
Name is the...
So I do have a question.
Yes.
So, if Clink fails this and the horse fails this and
I
we
just
fail
rolled and
this-
got a 17, so I was hoping that would give Minnie advantage to Cat.
Well, Minnie was prone when it began, so you helping them is not even at all possible.
Okay.
However, as the horse begins to be swept off the bridge with sudden realization of what's happening, Clink surges with draconic might and begins to flap their wings mightily, with all their force pushing and just trying to shove this horse upon the bridge. You feel yourself beginning to be swept away yourself, the torrential pour of the water, with a spark, something inside you. You feel the strength of your bloodline, and you, with just one last surge of energy, push the horse, pop the bridge back into a righted position, and the rest of you manage to cross without issue. The horse in the back, seemingly seeing its companion nearly swept away, picked up a bit of a, okay, no, we got this. We're not going to fall on that. We're just gonna hold steady for a second. And then the rest of you managed to cross without issue.
Excellent.
Now there's a fate check required.
Sage, when you said this session would be a lot of combat, I didn't think it was combat against a bridge.
Hey, just passed.
Just passed. All right. All right.
Oh, my first fate check of the day. Going strong already.
Yep, I'm marking that on my sheet because it's probably going to have more for the day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You guys cross the bridge, no problem. As you get across it, you guys obviously know which way to go. I mean, the island of Thistletop is to the northwest. That you do know that the northern side is surrounded by thistles, those thick maze of brambles. From your view upon Thistletop, the opposite side was a thickened swamp. So it really depends on how you want to move forward to go to that location.
What do you want to do?
You also only have a few hours left of daylight.
Well, maybe we could try to aim to set up camp in a place where we could observe them from a distance.
Aye, that could work.
Well, there is a larger hill
That's
at
a
the
funny
edge
idea.
of the swamp.
I would like to remind everybody of what happened the last time we just observed something.
It's true.
Oh, and also you guys gain 3 experience for crossing the bridge successfully.
Woo!
No. We're gonna need it.
Perhaps we can learn from our mistakes last time.
And not get hurled over a wall by a goblin with impossibly good ears.
Perhaps.
She kind of
we don't
glances
need
at
to,
Gibbons.
like, 5 bowlers to level up.
We goblins are known for our ears. They're very helpful.
True. Well, since we do have a member of the tribe, and of course I myself being Bruthasmus, maybe if we do get caught, we could talk our way out of it.
You are Bruthasmus.
It's true.
I I am Brutasmus.
Though, you did, I don't know, Papa. Chief Rip Nugget, he gets a little jealous sometimes. He might have caught on that you were sleeping with his wives.
He
I
didn't
thought that-
know about that.
I love that Gibbons just has the tea.
Oh. Well,
Why do you think
I
he joined
will.
up so easily?
How,
Wait, are you telling me that Chief Rip Nugget didn't know about that?
I mean, he's pretty infatuated with the scary lady.
So does he really care?
Fair, also fair?
Oh, no. Maybe not.
Some people tend to get very territorial romantically.
Why are you looking at me?
well, if it comes to that, I'll just sit down and I'll have a conversation with him, and we'll talk it out.
If you're sure. Well, I think we should get going. This rain's starting to kill my buzz.
Yeah. Alrighty then. Let's should we try to aim for camp here or somewhere else? I'm not really sure what the best place to set up camp is.
We have a couple hours of daylight left, huh?
We do. So we can get pretty far.
Let's make some more progress, I think.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to travel at a slow, medium, or fast pace now that you no longer need to follow tracks?
Still medium, probably, right?
Make it medium, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to alert
No.
anyone.
Alright. You have a crossing here. You can continue along the road, or you can push into the open wildlands. Up to you.
Probably up the road to the bend, and then from there, go into the forest, yeah?
What was that?
Go up to the bend, and then that way?
Sure. Yeah,
Providing
that
fast.
works.
Alright. Push into the forest. About another hour of travel, as the elevation seems to slope higher and higher. And the woods grow thicker and thicker with vines, bramble patches, thorn bushes, and, well, it's really just an unpleasant travel. However, with Tim around you, as well as Gibbons, it is not too difficult to traverse, as the two of them are quite familiar with this type of terrain. At this point in time, continue with your medium pace, going through the forest. You guys push on out of the forest and on top of a hillside. Let's see here, 2 hour, which would be another hour, and you guys finally arrive atop the hill, and you can see the lake peering off in the distance with the lone island where Thistletop lies. Between you and the lake, a thickened swamp. At this point in time, you guys believe that you have maybe about an hour left of daylight. Give or take like 30 minutes or so. And the rain still seems to be pattering on. And in this somewhat barren hilltop, it is very little room for cover. You guys are kind of out in the open, though there are craggy, rocky outcroppings and a few trees here and there. For the most part, it is open terrain.
Am I able to observe of Thistletop from here?
With your mile-long eyesight, you can certainly see it. You can certainly see it clearer than the others, so it's like that's a blur in the distance. I would need a perception check.
And would favorite terrain apply at this stage or no?
You were no longer considered in the forest at this point in time.
Okay, so that's an 11.
All right. We're looking out towards the island. It is still quite far, even for your keen eyes. You can make out that there are shapes moving upon the island. You can guess that there is anywhere between like 3, 6 patches of shapes. It's really
Can I
hard to tell.
prestidigitate a spyglass for Tim to use?
That's definitely not a trinket, unfortunately.
Sad.
Yeah, trinkets would be more like a key size item.
I already do get a pick locks with this spell, so
Yeah.
Well, I know now to buy a spyglass in the future.
Yeah. Spyglass is pretty handy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Would
no,
spyglass really help with eagle vision, though? I feel like
well, it's
magnifying your magnification.
yeah. Is it? I feel like that they would stack.
well, for the most part,
Or it wouldn't.
a spyglass, you would just be using the spyglasses modifier, unless you had one specifically built for your eyes. Which, I mean, if you're in a group of like elves, that might be the case.
Your elf eyes see. What do your full-moon eyes see?
Tim. Everything.
I see some shapes. They're pretty far away.
Very helpful. Thank you, Tim.
Maybe we should spend the rest of the day heading north this way, and maybe we could take cover behind like some trees or something that might exist here.
Works for me.
Alright. So, just so you're aware, this is part of the swamp. But there are trees in the swamp. So let's see.
Is this a swamp?
I'm up here. Can I see anything like...
Is this
like,
a swamp or is this a swamp forest?
Can I see any like treacherous things there?
Roll
like in
me a
this
perception
area?
check.
Is this a bazooka bar?
Yeah, it's way too thick.
Perception. 14.
It's a little hard to see. The swamp itself is pretty thickened, just like a mass of vegetation. That is the border of the swamp, by the way. Anything down below the boughs that might be dangerous is a little too far off to really notice, or more accurately, is too obscured. You do hear some growls every now and then, but you've been hearing those throughout the traversal of the forest, so...
Well, too late to backtrack now. Let's
Clink does not want to sleep in a swamp. The swamp is shaped like Clink.
What does that mean?
What? What the hell? What?
I'm afraid we might not have any other options, Clink. If we were to sleep up here, they might be able to see us from a distance.
Teams come by.
I mean, if you can't see them, how would they see you? You have, like, the best eyes in the whole world, Tim.
That's true.
As long as we don't make a fire, Clink thinks we'll be alright.
Okay then.
Or Clink can make the fire black, but that takes effort.
I'd like to point out that our party token is named Boat.
That's our team name.
Oh,
There you go.
Boat.
No!
No boat for you.
No!
Well, maybe we could sleep. Or I probably shouldn't have that. But maybe we could sleep somewhere around here, like around like the border of the swamp.
Yeah, at the very crest here.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Let's just keep a good eye on things.
Let's see here. Trackless terrain. Okay, you guys spent about a third of an hour trekking down the hill. It's a bit treacherous, but for the most part, you make your way to the bottom of it. Just at the edge of the swamp, in a nice little crest of the area. You guys are free to set camp. You can roll survival checks to help secure your camp, or you can do anything else you might deem fit to settle in for the night.
Pretty good with survival.
I only rolled a 10.
Clink's going to fly up and just take a little peek to make sure nothing around looks dangerous.
Give me a perception check.
That should be too higher. I'm not proficient on makeup.
Gotcha. All right. Flying around, looking about the area, nothing seems immediately obvious to you, Clink. It's kind of like you can definitely see every now and then a few birds or even a deer kind of bounding away down the hill. The swamp itself is way too thick to see any threats from down below. And the hillside is anything there that you would notice, you wouldn't really identify as a threat. Like every now and then you would see a goat kind of like hopping around, but nothing that's of note with a 12. And as the group of you begin to settle up camp, many of you soon realize that it's probably best
I was going to say that she was going to go start gathering firewood, realizes we don't need firewood, puts the firewood back.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. That I mean, even if you did need firewood, it's way too sogged down to be usable. So it's not too long, though, that Yorville, likewise, most part just grabs a few items that can help Joragi obscure the camp to the point where you think that it is protected enough that you won't be interrupted in the night, but yeah, at least many of you aren't really used to this this terrain, so who knows. That all said, let's see if there's an encounter in the night.
You see, brother, this is why you go on the camping trip.
Brother, I skipped one camping trip.
There was only one camping trip.
Oh no.
Wait, did I miss one? Fuck.
So as you're, discussing about camping trips and gathering of sticks and whatnot, so roll a d5.
Yes, Age?
Drovgi, you pause mid-sentence as you notice something strange. Near the copse that you're, hanging out in, kind of hidden from view, there's stonework. Not just carved stone. This is, this seems like someone built a quarry here. But stone doorway. Carved in a dwarven fashion.
Brother, am I seeing things? Do you also see that doorway? I suppose it's a door, but doorway.
I assume.
Yeah. Does he or am I having a?
This is.
He does see
This
it.
is
Okay.
Yorville's gonna slink up to it a little bit.
All right. As you draw closer, you notice that the stonework itself is immaculately carved. You can instantly tell that this is dwarven stonework.
Brother, this is like
home.
Hey. Can I make a history check in order to try to remember if there's perhaps a lost hold around here,
sure.
or a
Give me
colony,
history.
or...
Can I give him advantage, help action in it?
Sure.
Thank you. 21.
21. So, the valley itself, much of it used to be under dwarven command, before the old Wrestler Empire took over, and the dwarven empire itself was, for the most part, remnants of those dwarfs who sought the surface and who fought the old dragon empire of ages past. Much of the Witchwood itself were holdings of the dwarven clans, though many of them dwelled closer to the mountains to the west. Said that during the war, the mountains shifted, and many of the old dwarven holdings rose up or were sunk. You're not sure how close this is tied to your own clan, but judging from the fact that this used to be part of the old empire of the dwarfs, it's possible they have some connection. You can certainly tell from this doorway that it is ancient enough to be of this old empire.
The Dwarven empires used to have commanding presence here. We learned about it at the military academy.
I remember vaguely.
They said that a lot of these holds were abandoned because the mountain shifted. So some of them sank further below and some of them rose up higher. I'm going to poke my head through the doorway.
Door's closed.
Door's closed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there is a door.
So it is a proper door.
It's a proper dwarven stone door.
Can I inspect for traps or
Investigation.
similar?
While you do that, Droggy's gonna go get his
Ah.
contacts
13.
the rest of the party. Just so that they're not alone. They're out of the... I'm going to grab the others real quick.
Aye.
I think we should all be here for this.
I'll look it over.
How much have you heard from me speaking?
Recently?
Yeah. What was the last thing I said?
It is in fact a doorway.
Yeah.
Fuck. Went into so much detail.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
how it goes.
Yeah, I got Drovgy mustache problems today.
Hey, you know, the mustache, it's a curse, but oh, it's a glorious one.
Yep. Alright. The door itself is immaculately carved, obviously. Dwarven knotwork and runes throughout. Though the runes themselves, much of them are faded. Really, all you can tell that this place once belonged to a clan with the initials, or at least some characters involving the letters G and H.
E and H. Well,
With a 13, you don't detect any traps. You also can't really tell how to open the door.
well, I suppose I have a minute. Would I be able to identify the door?
Let me bring up that to see what you can get from it. Alright. Spending some time sitting around near the door with the companions around you, having been gathered by Dravgi, your eyes flash with an understanding. The door itself is one of the old dwarven magics that they imbued within the stone. As an added character explanation, it's same type of thing as Moria's door. It's a dwarven door, hidden on how to open it, specific passcodes that will open it, and the answer often is hidden or revealed through some form of substance. Sometimes moonlight, sometimes fire, sometimes blood. It really depends on the clan. But you do know that the doorway opens through a magical command word.
And, oh, So wait,
So-
is it a substance or a command word?
Say again?
So wait, is it a substance or is it a command word?
There's often a riddle involved with what provides you the command word if you answer it correctly. The substance will reveal the riddle.
Got you. The substance gives us the riddle, which gives
Yeah.
I'm going to summon a firebolt into my hand and hold it up to the door.
All right. The firelight seems to light the stonework. Nothing really changes, so you can see the runes a bit clearer, but no additional information this time.
No additional information. Okay, this is kind of a long shot, and you can tell me if it's too much of a long shot. Could I, with the little information I have from the door, could I make a linguistics check to try to figure out, like, what it could be? Not what it is, but just what it could be.
For this, you can give me a history check. Or Arcana would be most appropriate, actually. Because this
History
deals with
or Arcana?
dwarven magic.
Can I? I'm gonna let him do this. I'm also considering like using like a stonecutters tool, just like
I'm going to use my predict success on Yorville.
Oh, thank you. That's inspiration die?
That's a d6.
Excellent. Arcana 16 plus E6 close bracket 117.
You were saying, Ethan?
um.
With the Mason's tools?
Yeah, like, could I either help, roll my own thing, just sort of like seeing if I could better read the carvings? I know they're old and faded, but
Sure, you can give me Mason's tools with intelligence.
boy, with double check.
Now, if you want to actively use them on the door, you could use strength, but that might cause other issues.
That might.
Yeah, we
Oh.
don't fuck with enchanted doors.
Okay, you know what? Actually, sorry, I forgot. I have woodcarvers, smiths, and brewers, not stoneworkers.
Well, Mason's would be the
Never
would be the one to go
Yes.
for here.
Yeah, I apologize.
Wait, I have Mason's tools.
Of course you do. God damn it.
They are my tools, god damn it. Does that mean I could have advantage on my check if I could do both?
The DC would just be lowered, really.
DC would just be lowered?
Yeah.
Okay. But now that you're aware of it, the DC is lowered, right?
Yeah. It's true. Alright, you're muted if you're talking, Clink, but I see you have cast Detect Magic. So, the door itself does seem to give off a ever so faint aura of magic. Specifically, magic of transmutation. Pretty sure transmutation is the spell that replicates. But with a 17, looking over the door and kind of thinking back to your studies back in the military academy, they weren't, particularly helpful towards ancient dwarven magic. So you're kind of at a loss for a bit. But as you begin to feel around the rune work, kind of sensing your inner connection to the earth, there is something that comes to mind.
Something.
You recall that some of the more westerly or northerly tribes were quite wealthy. It's likely that they had some connection to specific types of metals or stones. And you begin to feel around, and you can sense kind of like the curvature of the runes indicate a variety of things, but you think most likely some form of metallic substance would be the correct source to reveal the message.
I'll reach into my pouch, pull out a handful of gold coins, and press them against the door.
And as you do so, the door seems to glow ever brighter with magic as Clink is somewhat thrown back from the brightness. You see above the doorway on the arch glowing runes of Dwarven make, though previously the runes themselves were long since faded, or just destroyed from the elements. Now they stand glowing brightly and clearly in Dwarven. I imagine the two dwarfs understand Dwarven, so I'm going to continue from this point.
You know, actually, no, I didn't take
They read,
Yeah, there's a reason we don't live there anymore.
"To continue, I must be fed the fruit of the earth, not from tree or bush, but from ground itself."
Your eyes, Bert.
I just got this thing.
I have no idea what you just said, Clink.
Your eyes. Potato eyes.
I don't think that it's our eyes.
I also don't think it's a potato. No.
It very well could be, brother.
Actually, it could.
Do we have? Is there a potato in my rations?
I mean, that's up to you, really.
Yes,
Okay.
there is.
Yes, there is. It's a good starchy food. You can
True.
make a lot out of it.
I will offer the door a potato.
The door does not react.
It was worth a shot.
All right, this. Call me a little.
Is it more gold?
Call me a little insane, but through to the earth.
Well, my second idea was to give it the gemstone, but I just got that, and I haven't even used the spell that I need it for yet.
I mean, it didn't take your gold, did it?
The door is solid stone. One could attempt to break through it, but it's a magic door, and you imagine that it has additional defenses beyond its stone nature. That's what Libra provides you.
So, okay. Did it take his gold? Like, is his gold gone?
No, it's still in hand. Just the
Alright,
touch of the
so-
gold upon the stone seemed to reveal the magic.
Try your gem.
I'll reach into the other valuables pouch, the one that's a little more hidden, and pull out the gem.
As you're looking into your bag, I had to decide if this would be enough or not, and I decided it will, because it's semantics, really. You look up, and you notice the glow seems to slowly be extending down a crack in the middle of the doorway. As the sound, or the word, gem, seems to have activated the door. Technically, the answer was gemstone, but, gem works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Oh.
As the door opens, revealing a long corridor of stone with raised pillars and a stairwell leading down.
Is it raw? I'm very glad that worked, and I didn't have. I thought that it could have been something along the lines of blood for whatever reason, like a weird the fruit of the earth. It's born on the ground. I don't.
Like, look at that.
Some people talk about dwarves in a really weird way, but I don't think that whole thing existed way back when.
I suppose.
Papa! It looks pretty scary down there.
There is nothing scary in old dwarven ruins. Not a single bad thing has happened.
I mean, I have some
Very
cousins
scary.
in old dwarven ruins. They agree it's pretty scary.
I was making a joke. Wait, the last time we were in an old dwarven ruin, we got kidnapped.
Well, who better to investigate some dwarven ruins than a couple of dwarves?
And the rest of you, right?
Sage,
Yeah.
do artificers exist?
Yeah.
Could be dwarven artificers. They
Would
get
be.
they get a little weird.
They do.
Do we want to be messing with this right now? Do people need to rest, or
I'm down for
I'm
a little
fine.
investigation.
It's been a pretty slow going trip. I'm not against it. I'm just making sure everybody is on the same
Page.
page.
You're muted.
Is this really something we should be figuring out now, or maybe something we should come back to?
Well, I am very curious. I'm not going to lie. I'd really like to
I mean,
see
I'm
this
curious
through.
as well, but I
How deep are trips usually?
This isn't the crypt.
It's not the crypt. This appears to be an old keep. At least from the doorway, like.
The entire thing is... A keep is about the size of a human city, right?
A citadel would be a size of a human city, yeah.
Okay, well then what's a
So, some of...
A keep would be a bit more like a town.
keep? Okay, it's just
Like, these
I'm
kind
not sure we have time to explore a whole city's worth.
We're not going to explore the whole city's worth. We're gonna
Also
look around the immediate area.
also for what we know, we're standing in most of the keep.
There's also a real possibility that this can get us in/under Thistletop.
That too.
Oh yeah, wasn't there ruins under Thistletop that they went to? Maybe they connect under the
Goblins
lake.
sure as hell did not carve those prison cells or those doorways.
Yeah, I was gonna say Thistletop is very, very fancy.
I say it's worth an immediate look. If we don't find it's worth anything, fine. We can come back out. But these aren't the things you stumble across all willy-nilly. They're pretty significant.
All right then.
So, watch your step. Let's make sure we don't accidentally anger anything in here, and B, trip any traps.
Let's who has a dark vision among us? Who can see in the dark?
I can.
I can.
Blink's eyesight is good in the dark, yes.
All of us.
All of us, excellent. All right. However, it is a good idea. Where is that
Minnie is going to
150 feet of
preemptively
rope?
pick up Clink.
Aye, Clink in the pouch.
What's in
Good
the
idea.
pouch?
We don't have the pouch yet.
We don't? I thought we stopped and got the pouch. When
Yeah,
we
You
got
left
the-
early.
We left
Oh
early.
shit.
Yeah, because
Well,
we didn't want to
Oh,
wait
right.
because time's a take.
I will find something to tie one end of our 150 feet of rope to.
That's a very good idea.
And then
You using your brain stick.
hold on to the other end. Shall we?
Aye, after you, brother. Actually, it should probably not be you first now. Alright, yep. Sort of.
I mean-
I forgot my places.
Isn't Yorville one of the better ones to find traps?
You
I
are
am-
better at finding traps. Actually,
I am good at investigating. I'll go first.
Aye. You go first, and if anything happens, we do the old switcheroo.
Exactly. Alright, yeah. I step through the doorway.
All right. Well, there is a long set of stairwell heading down deeper and deeper into the earth. Columns rise up to your left and right. And the area itself is thick with a musty scent. Cobwebs line the walls, and you can sense as you get lower and lower down the chamber. You can roll me an investigation check.
Oh, yes.
That the stench shifts from that of a must, of a spoiled mushrooms, into something rancid.
20.
All right.
Is that smell?
Looking along the floor itself, you don't notice any immediate signs of like trap work or the like, but you do know that there are symbols upon the columns, runic symbology that you identify as clan heraldry.
I don't know anyone
You can give me a history check.
I was thinking the same joke.
Brother, do you recognize any of these symbols? Can I have a help action?
No,
Get wrecked, nerd.
I've been.
Shit.
Well,
I have an inspiration. No, it's not worth it.
it's yeah.
No, it's not worth it.
Yeah, no. Well,
We'll find out.
one way or another. For legal reasons, that was a joke.
All right.
For legal reasons, me saying that did not have a beat associated with it.
Well, unfortunately, with the 7, you're unable to really identify who this clan heraldry belongs to. But it's definitely a full symbol. It's not faded in any way.
Either literally nothing has happened here for so long, or someone is maintaining the heraldry. Could I make a check to try to recall any urban legends, rumors, anything like that of like surviving but cut off holds?
Gossip.
We're great at this. We are great at this.
There's certainly rumors back in the Citadel, and even a few of the dwarfs in town in Drellin's Ferry claim that there are lost holds within the mountains of the Wyrmsmoke, as well as within the foothills of the Witchwood. No real indication of where they are or anything of that nature, but there are stories, and certainly ghost stories, that are told around the campfire, or more accurately, the garrison points within the military academy, of these ancient holds littered with the specters of those dwarfs who fell.
In Dwarvish, Yorville will call out, we're not here to disturb you. I am got Yorville Urvugren Vas Kartindon. With me is my party. We have stumbled across your hold. Is anyone here?
You listen for a moment, and all you hear is the echo of your voice ringing throughout the chamber. All is quiet, though you can still hear the pitter-patters of the rain behind you. Somewhat distant.
At least it's dry in here.
I
I'm just gonna let out a hello.
Hello. Oh.
Seems like no one's here.
There are, well, when you're in a Dwarvish military academy, you spend a lot of time standing around in the middle of the night, not really doing much. And we would tell stories about these lost holds and citadels. And even to this day, some of the dwarves in town claim that their ghosts still haunt the ruins. And this is, again,
Ghosts?
either someone has been upholding the clan markings, or literally nothing has happened here in thousands of years.
I feel like it's not overly with a
How old does this
Entryway.
air smell, Sage?
like that. I suppose it's not
I mean,
too hard to say that it's nobody's ever been down here.
the air
possible.
itself is heavily musty, and as mentioned, the deeper you got, the more rancid the air grew. Take that as you will.
I would like to try to identify the source of the stench.
Alright, give me a perception check.
Blink would also like to try to do that.
Perception
I would
check.
I identify the stench itself.
That'd also be a perception check.
Yeah.
We went by
No.
threes. Oh,
Yowie.
you ruined the pattern.
Are we all making perception checks?
And they are trying to identify the scent source and the actual whatever
Nature
the
of.
scent is, the nature of
Yeah.
the scent. So,
I rolled poopy.
Quite.
Indubitably.
Indeed. So, for Clink,
Right.
you're trying to identify the location of it.
Yeah, kind of try to place where it's coming
Right.
from.
What about Minnie?
I'm trying to figure out what the smell is, like if it's
Okay, so same as Druggy.
something I recognize.
All right. For Clink, it's pretty easy to tell. The deeper down you go down the stairwell, the clearer the scent becomes. So it's definitely down there below. Whatever it is, deeper into this chamber, at the bottom of the stairwells, you can see that there is a large archway that opens up into a smaller corridor that turns to the right. All of you can see that, but you can detect that that is the direction of where the scent's coming from beyond that archway. For Minnie and Dravgi, the two of you, you've smelt this before, at least a few times in town. You know, like when, especially Dravgi, when like a family pet is killed and is not found for like a day or two. Certainly the sense of death.
Well, that's a very unpleasant smell. Perhaps we should turn back?
My brother's first theory is a lot more. Feels a lot more possible now, considering it smells almost too fresh.
Don't like it. Let's just look around the corner.
Aye.
If there is a body, that seems like pretty relevant information to us.
Aye.
All right. I'm going to go to the map real quick and make sure Fog of War is turned on.
There's a map.
Let's see here. Map, Fog of War on, vision type set to night. And I'm going to go copy tokens onto the map. Alright, you guys should be on the Chwood map for purposes of copy pasta. Not the horse. Horse is outside. But I'll copy the token just in case you need it. Alright. Into the map. I'm just going to give you guys a box of void so I can put you there without having to worry about VBL. Alright, and then who is in the lead? As you round the corner, you notice that the corridor itself grows thinner and thinner. The pathway ahead is definitely single file, at least for a little bit.
Clink tries to squeeze up near the front.
So Clink in the front.
I imagine Yorville will be like the forefront, still looking for like traps and such. Right?
So like second, then.
Yeah.
Alright. You're muted, Ryan.
Minnie is still holding you. You're gonna have to fix that.
Wants to scoot to the front.
You could try persuasion.
Minnie is what?
Holding on to Clink so that he doesn't
Oh,
cause trouble.
I see. So you'd have to
Clink is letting Yorville lead, but if there is bodies ahead, Clink should be one of the first ones to see them. Clink knows medicine. Clink can identify why he died.
Yeah, you're staying under her arm.
You are tucked like a football.
You're football style, like arms like at your sides under my armpit. like you're not going anywhere.
Clink is not a common bird.
Well, then stop causing trouble like one.
Minnie's a common bird.
So you're stuck with Minnie then. Okay. So after Drovgi, who then? Or after Yorville, I mean.
Probably.
I think we're going Yorville, Dropkey. I'll do us in the center.
Okay, so
Clink
I'll go
Minnie.
after them.
Probably keep Gibbons on you.
Gibbons
Yes.
on Tim.
I can't move the horse.
I'm moving it on the map, so you guys don't have to worry about it. Once the guys are in position, that's when I'm going to make things visible, so.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Have to extend the hallway a little bit so it doesn't look as awkward, so just hold a moment while I copy that there. Shoops and whoops. Alright, that's now there. Making sure there's VBL on the additional shoops and whoops. Because we're going to need that VBL. And then I'll reveal the map for you guys. Did not think you guys want to find us, but it's fine. I have the layout. Alright. Let's see, expose, only currently visible. Expose, only currently visible. Alright, there we go. And I do have it set to nighttime, right? Don't have to worry about that? Yes, I do. Cool. Control H, Control F, and E.
Was there any torches on the way down?
There are lit braziers. Yes,
Lit?
lit braziers.
Oh. Okay then.
So, as you guys push down deeper into the complex, the path growing single file, the dwarven stonework seemingly basing a road within this place, giving a sense of civility to the area, though this is common to dwarven stone masonry and definitely dwarven citadels and the like. The walls themselves are lined with braziers lit with flame, though they don't give off any smoke, nor do they give off heat. Simply light. You can hear from up ahead, from past perceptions. I believe at least one of you has the past perception I require. Yep, Tim does. Clink does. So Tim, Clink, and Yorville, the three of you, would hear an odd clanging of metal, kind of echoing ever so faintly within the area.
That's the Dungeons and Dragons.
Is there a dragon in this fucking dungeon?
There, you brought one in. I'm right here.
Shit. God.
Got him.
Fucking thank God. Fuck, I'm throwing you out.
Guess we stay creeping forward.
Map is active. You are free to move.
Alright, let's creep forward.
Yes, sir.
I would like to, since I'm in front, I would like to be sneaky and look for traps and such.
All right, roll me a stealth and investigation.
Guess we might as well. Oh wait, disadvantage. Yeah, that sounds better.
All right, the jangle of metal from your companions behind you. It's not the best for stealthing, but you feel like it's okay, maybe. Let's see here. Average party stealth would be...
I'm sorry, brother.
11.
Really need to get some of that.
There's a YouTube channel. YouTube.
So it's a little hard to hide your companions' noise, though you're not making you're not as used to the stonework below as you used to be. So your foot still leave every now and then the sound of boot upon stone. It can't be helped, unfortunately. And as you're looking up ahead, you don't notice any tripwires or any runes upon the floor, indicating that the pathway itself moving forward is free of traps. But as you look up, you swear you saw a shadow kind of like lingering right here for just half a second.
Jorvin gives his head a little shake, and I'm gonna go up
Right, and
right to the edge here.
as you move to the edge, you open up into what appears to be I wouldn't say a tavern, though your companions might believe it to be a tavern. You believe this is a guard post. You can see that there's plenty of kegs of ale or some form of... let me snap you to grid so you're already cool. Snap him to grid as well. Or some form of dwarven brew, often used by the guards as both a pick-me-up and as a form of ration. The bar itself has several stone stools. As you round the corner, no lights amongst your party, but the flickering firelight of the braziers behind you, you notice that there are 3 shadows sitting 1, 2, and 3 upon the stools overhead. And there's some small side chambers which you can see house beds.
In Dwarvish, I say, hello.
I'm gonna make sure that my thing is properly set for the command I want it to be to. It is set to Ghost Echo. We're good. Cool. I need the echo.
Oh boy.
All right. The figures, the shadows, they seem to turn as one in your direction. Speaking in Dwarven, I'm not gonna bother with the actual language because I mean, hey, 2 dwarfs here.
Yeah.
Hi.
Kinsmen, you arrived just in time. The ones below batter at the doors. We need every able-bodied man, woman, and force that you might provide. What news do you have from the south?
We're gonna give a awareness check. Little insight here.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Actually, no. I have a better way of doing this. Could I make a history check to try to understand the historical context that they're talking about?
Sure.
I'm doing insight. Okay.
15.
Judging from the ancient nature of this place, and your military academy, you weren't really focused on this particular aspect. Your only guess is that it was a war between the dragons and the old Dwarven Empire. But they're talking about something down below, so that doesn't really make too much sense. There's not really dragons down below. There's certainly drakes, but not the Dragon Empire. At least there's been no sign of it, at least from within the Wyvern Shield Mountains, which is where you call home.
The things below, I'm not familiar. I'm sorry. What are these things?
Lost your head? War with these bastards for ages now. You've been having too much to drink, Thorgal.
Understand the last half of that sentence. What did it say?
You've been having too much to drink, Thorgal.
This one needs an insight check. This is a pure social awareness moment. Absolutely not.
Just a little.
Find yourself a bunk and sober up. Almost what news the South brings in the morrow.
For what it's worth, we did bring some mercenaries of varying race. If that won't be issue, they're willing to assist in our fight.
Mercenaries.
What?
They're not kinsmen, I am afraid, and of varying race, but they're... You have my word that they're trustworthy.
Roll persuasion.
This is not my good suit. Oh, hey.
We could use all the help that we can get, kinsmen or otherwise. Come on in then.
All right. Just wanted to clear in, the kobold, the goblin, the furbolg, and the minotaur into a dwarven keep. A race that is not typically... A race that is famously not great with strangers.
What do you mean? We've never had a xenophobic incident.
Not a singular one. None. Okay, well, we haven't.
You and I have not.
Dwarven society as a whole, I will not say.
Absolutely not.
None. We keep to ourselves, okay?
Well, could you point me in the way of the battlements? I'd just like to orient myself.
Roll
Voice mod says
persuasion.
the voice mod.
Roll a persuasion check. You're not sure if a shadow can truly narrow its eyes, but you think it's narrowing its eyes at you.
17.
All right, let me go look up my bonus for this. 'Cause I'm definitely rolling against you. Da, 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 da. What's going on down? Here's my bonus. Alright.
Sling me a pep, would you? A Dr. Pep?
Yeah. Aye, brother.
What's the roll to know what these are?
That'd be religion.
Cool. Cool.
So right
That
now,
makes
what
that
you're
as well.
seeing is really just a shadowy, kind of think like a silhouette of a humanoid form, but instead of like a full-on black silhouette, it seems to be somewhat 3D and somewhat smoky, like just a glow of shadows forming a humanoid figure. With a 20, you would recognize that these beings are shadows. You know that shadows themselves, like all unnatural creatures, they are said to have spawned through a variety of old wives' tales, old campfire stories and the like, to frighten children, though those who are learned and aware of such entities know that these tales are not all fake. There are stories of shadows rising up from the darkness to snatch those who rest within their domain. Stories of these beings who guard ancient temples, who reside within the tombs, the clay pots, the urns, or even the darkness itself, who hunger the souls that dwell or who delve into their domain. Additionally, that is just like the gossip information. Reading through all this to get you some important information that might be valuable. Shadows themselves are incorporeal undead, distorted, like their namesakes imply, into beings not truly within the material. They are shadows in their former selves, though they are really echoes of their past memories. They are still beings of undeath. Sometimes reliving their past through, as mentioned, echoes of what once occurred, sometimes even interacting with individuals who happen upon their domain as if the past is still reality. These beings themselves, when in such states, remain true to themselves, of their past. But anything that could break this can swiftly shift them back to their undead nature. Like most undead, they are timeless creatures, embodiments of their past selves, transitioning between the bounds of life and death. They are trapped. And the only way to really sustain themselves be through the soul energy of those that they devour. More than that, I'm going to give you some mechanical information now. You know that these beings themselves have a touch about them. They can transform the slain, blocking their passage into the afterlife and forcing them to join them as shadows. Additionally, they are said to have a chilling aura about them, a natural cold that can drive even the most rugged of survivor to his death. With a 20, I can provide you one mechanical thing that is a word-for-word reading of their ability. Up to you. You have statistics, actions, bonus actions, reactions, and specials. And I can provide you flavor stuff as well if you prefer.
Let's go with specials.
All right. They
I'm
have
glad you picked that, because that's what I really wanted you to pick. I just didn't want to suggest it.
They have the following abilities. 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them. Okay, a lot of them are very obvious what they do. So I'm going to give you a baseline, and you can choose which one you would like to learn more about. There's an ability that seems to be beneficial towards their movement. Ability that seems to be beneficial towards their ability to remain... ability to, seems to benefit them while stealthed. Ability that seems to benefit them against the corporeal. An ability that seems to benefit them while they remain stealth. Again, so a second one of those abilities. Ability that benefits their movement in a different way. A drawback. And then ability that seems to benefit them against the spiritual. And you can provide me one of those decisions, and I'll provide you the full text in the name.
I'm kind of leaning towards the thing about the resistance against corporeal thing. Yeah, that.
Alright. That is known as Fell Touch. The shadow reduces the armor class of any armor or shield a creature is wearing by half of its bonus, unless the armor is Ghost Touch or the creature is incorporeal. Additionally, Ghost Touch or non-Ghost Touch weapons have disadvantage to attack the shadow. So unless your weapon is made of Ghost Touch, you have disadvantage to attack.
That's not good.
This is a recipe for a TPK.
This is a recipe to absolutely get our fucking...
Sage, I have a mechanical question for you, and if I can't know yet, then I can't know yet.
Shoot.
Is my Shadow Blade able to hurt these things?
Magical
the description
attacks
you've given,
are...
there's no way I'm not able to with it.
Yeah, magical attacks are different from material weapons.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
even though it is a Shadow Blade, implying that it is a physical weapon, it is still magical and it does psychic damage, I'm pretty sure.
It does actually do psychic damage, but also, even just walking through the logic of it, it would have to, right?
Indeed. Unless they're immune to psychic damage, which you do not know, they would be, you wouldn't have the disadvantage from Shadow Blade against them. Now then, to the response of Yorville asking about where's the battlements, my insight of 22 against your 17 is where we're at.
Remind you about the battlements. Forgal. Really do not... No, have you been gone for this long? Truly. Do not recall or... Minion.
I got hit in the head all along the journey.
Perception. Oh, hey, cat. Who's this little cat? Oh, meow, meow, meow.
Can I, say something to give him advantage for this?
Depends on what you say.
Again, I'm sorry. I missed one time. I say having a warhammer on my hip.
Roll me persuasion, Drovki.
Oh no. Now we're all going in too deep. Now we're all
Unfortunately,
too
you're
deep.
unable to provide that advantage.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, at least I didn't spiral us further.
Now for my insight.
Fuck.
Alright, we turn around and run very, very quickly.
As you say this, the shadows seem to turn to look towards you.
Shit.
So you hear a ringing of steel. Roll me initiative.
Yep, okay. We did go too
Clink
deep.
does not like this.
Oh yeah.
We delved
Oh,
too
One here,
greedily
one
into
here,
it.
and one here. Copy.
Oh,
Visible
God.
players.
Damn.
Oh
Dude.
shit. All right.
My initiative modifier hit different.
Oh my god.
Man.
What the fuck is
Oh,
that?
let me go and check the macro.
It's called adding my intelligence to my.
Oh yeah, because you
initiative
get your
rolls.
intelligence now. Yeah, you get both. Yep.
Both of them.
Ian says roll for initiative and you go first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how D&D works. It's just that does happen a lot.
Why did everyone else get 17?
It's been a
You guys wanna do
recurring
the
number
same?
this session.
It's 17, 17, 17.
All right.
Oh, and not to mention our back-to-back 17s.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm not going to have you guys in a surprise round. You're obviously aware of these guys. They have really quickly shifted on to you. So if Clink did not have the knowledge about them, about how they can easily shift, I might have considered a surprise round. But I'm not going to do that.
Thank you.
So, we begin with shadow number 3. Just looking at you guys' tokens real quick. I'm going to let you know if you guys know anything about their traits. Since Yorville, you go directly after. You would not know anything about their traits. Dravki would, Clink would, Minnie would, and Tim would. So everyone else besides Yorville, you know that they have the Lesser Lingering, the Roofless, and the Shade trait. Would you like to learn anything more about those traits?
We're all gonna die.
What is the first and the last one? Because we all know Ruthless.
Yeah, Lesser Lingering. This enemy possesses abilities that cause negative effects to last beyond combat, and they're not easily removed. These can also be non-traditional detriments, and the intention of the ability is to be an act of attrition on the mission as a whole. This tier of Lingering can be removed through exceptional means or through a long rest. Shade. This trait implies that creature possesses an ability to stalk its enemies through either stealth or other means. This strongly implies the creature will attempt to get a surprise round on an enemy. This trait can also allow the creature to overtly target an isolated character, potentially focusing them down. Alright, that's what you know. I'm going to turn on some combat music, because I need some combat music for this.
I am going to quickly use my inspiration to reroll.
Your initiative?
Yeah,
Oh, that
It's
is a shame.
lower.
It's lower. Yeah, that's a shame.
I'm trying.
Alright, do I have any combat music on this particular thing? Maybe Mistly Hum might work. This Dwarven Fortress ambience doesn't have any combat music. Like anything that's meanly, hey, this is combat music, so I'm trying to find one that would work.
Clink votes we run really, really fast.
I'm not seeing anything that really fits, so I'm gonna do this.
I was just thinking about that, Ryan.
Free action drops the Clink.
Not to say I told you so.
Alright, shadow number 3 has gained initiative. Oh, dear God, these guys don't have vision lines right now. There we go. Alright, number 3. I'm gonna look at their stat sheet. Familiarize myself a bit further. Good to know, good to know. Gonna use that ability, looking at bonus action options. You notice the area around you grows chiller. So the air itself lightly begins to freeze. Maybe blue might not be the best aura color because it's kind of hidden by your blue aura. I'm gonna change that real quick to something else. That was my bonus action. And then for my action, I'm going to move forward and attack someone, but I'll do that in just a second. Let's do red. There we go. Alright, closest target. What's my tactics say? Tactics would be to go this way. Okay.
No.
We're going for
will
Gibbons.
fly down to here as it kind of just like morphs through the bar. Though it looks like it does seem to jump up partially, like kind of like a record scratch. It jumps up and then swoops back down to where it actually is, and just kind of like morphs through the bar. Little weird, little ghosty, as it jumps forward and swipes out with a spectral, shadowy claw towards 1d3 top or 1d4 top, down, left, right. So Clink, Minnie, Gibbons, Tim. Tim, you're the chosen one. It will swing out towards you. 22 to hit for 9.
It is most assuredly a hit.
As your strength score is reduced by 4.
Reduced by 4.
Oof.
Yeah, I can't. Already in that.
Damage.
We. I think we.
Ooh. Ooh, Clink cannot take 2
My
hits from
strength
these
score
guys.
is currently a 6.
Alright. Well, keep an eye on your carrying capacity, because you might get overloaded soon.
Oh.
Okay.
I am of a powerful build, so my strength
probably
score
fine.
is effectively 12 for carrying
Okay,
capacity.
you're probably fine with your gear, but keep an eye on it. It might become important on this fight. That is the creature's full turn, though. Gorville.
Hi, yes. I would like to cast Shatter in a way that would hit all 3 of them. And preferably do little other environmental damage.
Well, what's the radius of a shatter spell? 20 feet?
10 feet.
10
10 feet.
Okay. Well, if you want to hit all 3 of them without hitting any allies, that's the only area you can really do. Which
Works for me.
will hit some, kegs and stuff.
Fine.
Alright. What's your shoops and your whoops? Shatter. Alright, DC 14 con save. Do they have magic resistance? Did I give them that? I don't think I did. No, okay. Alright, 2 of them seem to be slammed by the brunt of the thunderous shattering energy, suffering 4 damage. One of them, however, seems to resist the energy and takes only 2.
That is an incredible low roll
And this is thunder
on my
damage.
damage. That's 3d8, by the way.
That's.
Oh my god.
Alright, that's really bad. As the energy rings out, you notice that these creatures' forms, though shifted by the energy, seem somewhat resistant.
That is nearly min damage. Holy fuck.
So they are unfortunately resistant to thunder. I glanced at my right, I was like, thunder resistance. Okay, that's just fine. And these 2 kegs here shatter, and ale begins to spill out upon the stonework.
Shit, I really thought that would work better. Do we want to leave?
I.
All right, anything else for you, Yordville?
No.
All right, from there we go to Tim. You are starting your turn within my aura. I'm going to kick this smacker for you. Should be the chilling aura. I need a DC 15 con save for suffer 5 points of cold damage.
Fun. Where are my saving throws? Saving throw. Constitution.
Makes me sad that this pack doesn't have any combat music.
That's a pass.
Alright, well, it's a save or suck, so you're good. You don't take any of the cold damage.
Cool. Are we running away?
I think so.
Okay. I'm gonna... Forced movement does not trigger attacks of opportunity, right?
Correct.
So, if I move, does it count as forced movement for Gibbons?
Correct.
Cool, I disengage.
Alright, did I give him anything? I did not. Actually, I just noticed I said I gave him a reaction special. I was like, oh god, I need to read this. Okay, it's not relevant to you retreating. Okay. You begin to rush south along the corridor. They do not swipe out at you They simply linger there with their shadowy axes in hand, and their clawed grasps, looking outwards towards, your companions. You're a bit tired. You can feel the weakness within your bones as their grasp seems to linger within your body, but you do manage to get down there without issue. All right, Dravgi.
Alright, so the definite plan is to run. Dravki himself will move the 20 feet I can down to here, but is sort of
So you are in tight quarters, which means that would be difficult terrain.
That's okay. I believe I still have 25 feet of movement total.
Excellent. Are you disengaging?
Yes, we will action to disengage and staying ready to try and block for a friend if an opportunity presents itself.
All right.
Actually, fuck, hold on. Can I do this a little different? Hold on. I apologize.
No tactician. No tactician.
Not tactician. You're good.
Yeah. I apologize because you know what? Let's remember, I have a myriad of maneuvers and shoves and things that I could do, like, just against a friend if they want to. I could push us a distance. I could also just goad them all.
You also roll me a tactics check if you'd like.
I'll start with the free tactics check. Yeah, I'll start with a free tactics check. That is. Oh yeah, remember, I don't have to care what it is entirely. I can click the funny button.
Yeah.
Color is blue.
I was going to give you an option between two things, and that's not enough for either, unfortunately.
Sick.
Yeah, these shadows a DC 12, and the other one was a DC 15, so.
I'm just double checking. Maneuvers are fucking free to use, ain't they?
Depends on the maneuver.
Yeah. Like some of them are with an attack. So like I can bait and switch and then goading attack sort of thing. Cool. Yeah. You or the other creature, my choice. Sick. Yeah. We are going to.
I just noticed this, and it's precious, and I love it.
Oh yeah, the fucking gibbons. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Okay, I can't help out Yorville too much. Watch me schmoove here. We're gonna spend the 15 movement to go here, past Minnie, and I'm doing this because this is a 2-for-1. I'm then going to move 5 to bait and switch with Minnie to then move her 5 feet down.
So, I'm wrong there. So like so.
Whoa.
Yep. And then I go up here. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be giving myself.
As you move into my aura.
Yep.
Give me that save.
Con save? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir. That's fine. This was gonna happen no matter what. Constitution's up here because it is a.
And technically, Minnie and Clink would also have to roll this at this point in time, but I'm just going to do it on the start of the turn. So, make it simple.
Okay, I will take
4 cold damage.
4 cold. I'm just gonna untype it. Doesn't matter. 4. Cool. I will then. I will be giving myself the superiority die of extra AC. And that's bracket 1d4 bracket. Cool. 3 extra AC for
For the bait and
I
switch.
guess, yeah, until the start of my next turn.
Pretty good, pretty good.
And I could do that like a weird second time. Actually, no, I can't because that's still 15 movement. Either way. I'm just marking it on my sheet, having like 3. Bait and switch 3. Cool. And I'm then going to do a goading attack against. Which one is up next? Shadow 1? Cool, he's right in front of me. Perfect. Then we'll goading attack on Shadow 1. In which when you hit a creature. Let's see if I hit him first.
It is at disadvantage.
It is at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. 16 to hit.
16 to hit. All right, 1 second.
If-
You're
if
doing
that
a
does-
you're going a goading attack against it.
If that does hit, I will be expending a superiority die.
Gotcha. All right,
Go and attack it. If not, then I don't use anything.
a 16 will hit the shadow.
All right. So, yeah, I get to add a D4. So I'll give you that right now. I forgot that R is not a thing. It's 1d4. 4 extra, nice. Love
4
to
extra
see it.
damage.
And I need a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it has disadvantage on all attack rolls against anything that's not me.
Excellent.
Till
And
the
is
end of my
this
next
is
turn.
on 3 or 1?
1.
Gotcha. So middle guy. All right. The hammer will slam down upon it, and you can see that does seem to have some pushback, as if you're like striking through, like, I wouldn't say quite like cotton candy, but it's like very little pushback.
You fight me, kinsman!
And you notice that the creature, the shadowy dwarf before you, its form does not seem as harmed as you would expect from such a hammer blow. It is resistant to non-magical physical damage.
Yep.
So that is 16 reduced to 8.
Still not bad, but just trying to give folks time to get out of here.
That's kind of a chunk, though.
Wisdom. Save.
And wisdom save. All right.
He needs to beat a... Double checking my superiority save. It's currently 13.
And
Yeah,
it
you
passes,
beat it by
unfortunately.
1.
Yep. All right. And with that, we go to Many. Start of your turn. I need you to give me that save.
I just realized Gibbons is not an initiative.
It's a con save, right?
Oh, shit. I'll give him that. It's a con save, yeah. There we go. Gibbons is in.
Clicked on Clink, not on me.
Fuck 'em up, Gibbons.
It's time to go, Papa. They're really spooky.
17. All right. Save or suck, so you do not take any damage. You're good to go. You may take your
Alright,
turn.
cool. I take Clink and I run.
Do you disengage or are you just booking it?
I disengage.
Okay.
Wait. That's 10.
That was 15 feet of movement, so you still have another 25.
I like how our party is 2 big people carrying small people, and then 2 average-sized people.
You'd be able to
comparatively.
get to here.
Goose.
Scusi.
It's like very big,
Can
very
I,
small, very
instead of
big, very
taking this
small,
last
medium, medium.
We're a
This
bell
last-
curve.
10, can I just go 5 and push Tim?
Unfortunately, you do not have the actions to do so. As you made sure to be careful with your movements to avoid being attacked by the 2 shadows.
Alright.
But you do
Cool.
manage to push forward and Get ahead of Tim. All right. From there, we go to shadow number 1. There's this one here. Per his tactics, he's just gonna continue his floaty, slappy upon Dravgi.
Yes, sir. Miss.
Indeed will miss. Alright, and he will also activate his Chilling Aura. Basic
Yeah,
auras, red.
Do I need to make a new one?
It's when you start your turn or move in the area for the first time in the round, so no.
Gotcha.
Start your turn, you will make 2 though.
Kinsman. You can do better than that.
Clink.
As Clink is being carried by Tim,
You mean Minnie?
well, being carried like by
Oh,
going
past him,
past.
okay. I see.
Clink is going to let out a little prayer to Uvat first, and pulls out a needle from his pouch filled with a shiny blue liquid and stabs it into Tim as he's going by.
You giving them guidance by that?
No, this is adrenaline shot. I'm getting rid of their strength.
Unfortunately, you're unable to do so.
Why?
Adrenaline shot's a full round. Guidance is an action.
Yeah, I can do it in a bonus action and movement. Because of my,
I think a full round is your
Nimble
movement
surgeon.
action and bonus action.
Yeah, your feature that lets you reduce the time it takes to do certain things. How many times does it reduce it by?
half.
By half time. So full round would be considered an action, a movement, and bonus action. Half of that would be considered a action. So you'd be able to do it as an action.
Look at you go. God damn.
You wouldn't be able to do it both guidance and adrenaline shot, but you could do one or the other.
I was hoping it would count as a movement and bonus action. Because that kinda sucks for a lot of my stuff then, because a lot of them are one full round.
Now let me look at it. So movement, action, bonus action, full round.
Producing things by half is this weird gray area.
Well,
It could be allowed to
yeah.
take up either slot, or either full action or the movement bonus action.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is full round is movement, action, and bonus action.
I just figured
And
it would
half
like
of that
open up
would technically
one
be,
of the
like-
3.
Wouldn't open up one of
So it
three.
goes like-
It would be a specific one. You don't get
Okay.
to like choose. I'd want to use movement this round. I want to use bonus action that round. I want to use action this round. It would just be one. I would say since it's all 3, half of that would be considered a bonus action, or action, because it is taking. It's weird. For now, considered bonus action, but I'll have to look into it.
Okay, so movement and bonus action for halftime. I'm gonna roll my medicine then. Medicine.
The Duplay.
Well, DC was 15, I think.
DC's
Yeah.
15, yeah.
Oh, so that is a 21.
21. And that is for removing of the drain fatigue condition. And if it is suffered from ability damage to strength, dexterity, or con, must make a DC against the effect that caused the damage to end it early. And it's only made for a single instant of the damage. The DC is...
I didn't know that Clink could do this.
Mm-hmm. Alright. A 21 is enough to cure the strength damage affecting him.
God damn.
Thank you.
Alright.
Citrate comes in a little glass vial.
A little glass vial? Anyways. Definitely gonna have to look into the actual... Because full rounds are weird, but we'll do a movement bonus action for now. Anything else for your turn?
Oh, that was my whole actions. I'm good.
Alright. Shadow number 2.
Your tricks will not fool us, betrayer.
We'll will step forward and will swipe out
Look,
with
I don't
a
know what-
spectral claw, chilling aura as it does so. So that aura is now active, and strength drain upon Dravgi. Another miss. Which, by the way, I completely forgot to apply something to Tim when I attacked, but it's fine.
What did you forget to
They
apply?
have sneak attack.
Oh.
Yeah,
Fun.
it's fine.
We are no betrayers, kinsmen. We're merely wandering in.
Gibbons.
Papa, what do we do?
Oh, we gotta get the heck out of here, bud.
Okay, this way.
Begins tugging on your hat flaps, trying to get you to go faster. Doesn't actually have anything he can actually do to get you faster, but he's providing moral support.
And that's half the battle.
All right. Removing the horse from the battle because it's not important. Shadow number 3. Will kind of flutter forward, and you definitely considered stranded at this point in time, Dravgi, so your AC is 2 lower.
Uh-huh.
And it is going to swipe at you.
Still a miss.
Yep. I mean, your AC is like a 24 or minus 2.
23 right now.
Yeah.
So
Holy
23
shit, those are Axel numbers.
23 down to 21 right now, but
Excellent.
you know.
Yeah, because of the
Bait and
maneuver.
switch is a drug.
Yep. All right. Yordaville, it is your turn, and you're in 1 aura currently, so I do need that save. For 5. Or DC 15 for 4.
For certain. Saving throw, con save.
All right, suffer 4 points of cold damage as the chill enters your bone.
Ah.
I don't know, I didn't add an S to that, but, you know, there we are.
All of it. There's just the concept of the substance.
Yes.
Brother, if you can ride that the lightning through me, do it. I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Aye!
Alright. I'll take 1 step, and then I will use Ride the Lightning to carry myself 10 feet through.
You have any elemental charges available?
Yeah, I just use Shatter.
That's true. You have just used a spell. Yeah, you know you're good to go.
Had the shit planned out.
And
So it's 2d4 points of lightning damage because you used 2 charges.
use as an action. Right, that's what I was looking for.
And they get a dex save against your wizard spell DC to reduce it by half. The dex save for you, Dravgi, and my buddy.
And
Yes, sir.
it's also, I just low rolled my damage again, so
Yeah,
you
so hey,
need some new dice for
fine, yeah.
damage.
I
I mean, not for this case because you're hitting an ally, but...
saving throw, dex.
yeah, in this case it's fine.
Mm-hmm. And what's the
Oh
DC?
no! Oh no, 2 damage.
14?
14. Okay, so the creature succeeds. Dravgi suffers the full 2 damage. The creature is resistant to lightning as well and suffers, well, no damage.
0 damage.
It seems to shift into the incorporeal, avoiding the brunt of your lightning. But that is your action. You're still able to do what you want to do.
Snash is a little bit poofed.
You have... That is considered teleportation, so you're only in the aura of 1 now, but you have entered the aura. So if you move out, you're going to be suffering from it.
That's fine.
Alright, give me another con save.
Yeah, sure thing.
It's only 1 damage if you fail. And, obviously, if you move, you are going to provoke.
Shit, you're right.
No, do it.
Yeah, fine.
Oh, run, brother!
Actually, yeah, I have tons of fucking defensive magic. This will be fine.
It will swing out.
I am going to,
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna jump over to where he would have provoked from.
Shield up. Ching! Alright.
Gets him every time, brother.
Every time!
So,
I do need to give you that con save, though.
yes, you do. I do just remembered something, which we did discuss at the beginning of this. What is your ballistic AC? 15. Meaning that 15 plus 3 is 18, meaning those 2 previous attacks would have hit. Because remember, they go
Huh?
against ballistic AC from their fell touch
What?
ability.
What?
What?
I told this
We
to
have-
Clink at the beginning.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you were
Oh,
talking
I
to
thought
me.
they had
I'm
to
like,
hit first to reduce.
huh?
Okay, yeah, that's my bad for.
Yeah, it's poorly worded. Essentially, it's considered they have ballistic weapons, basically.
The last 2 hits, right?
The most 2 recent ones, yeah, because there was a
Oh.
19 and another a 16 would have missed, but a 19 would have hit you.
Okay, in
Yeah,
that
the
case, to
one.
keep continuity a thing, I'm gonna go ahead and just.
Okay, we're fine.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cool,
no, I
sick.
completely forgot
Yeah,
about that. I was like,
I-
wait, I did tell you guys
I-
about this.
Yeah, I also forgot about that. That's yeah, no, it's a good reason for why we're fucking running.
Yeah, no, it's a really good reason why you're running.
Even if like the 8 damage doing that much is like
It's the strength drain.
That's a fucking bait and switch there. Like that's a red herring.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tim, it is your turn.
Alrighty.
As you can see the shadows behind you, your companions fling with you.
I'm going to cast a spell. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers targeting Shadow number 3.
All right, what am I rolling?
You are rolling. I had the spell up a moment ago. 1 second.
Pretty sure it's wisdom, but no.
I am also pretty sure it is Wisdom. You are. Yep, Wisdom save.
No, unfortunately, I make the save, which I believe is a save for half.
Let's see. Yes, so you take half of 3d6 psychic damage. So you take 5.
All right, as strange spectral whispers begin to echo throughout the mind of the shadow before you, you see its form somewhat shift in and out of reality, like a skip. It suffers 5 damage. It is not resistant to psychic, but it did make the save.
Okie doke. And then I'm gonna take little Gibbons, and we're gonna run.
Got this, Papa! One in front of the other!
I cannot move any further south than this.
Yeah, I'll pop the V-Bill off. Boop.
So I've moved 15. Okay, I can move to there.
Very good, very good. All right.
To the void where I can't even see his token anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
I mean, essentially, he's gonna go down for like, hey, look, gonna go like that, and then it's gonna turn like right there, and then it's gonna open up into a hallway.
Have on deck a quick copy paste of the fucking. He's just gonna.
You know, it's
There.
fine. All right, very good. Dravgit, it is your turn.
All right. Yeah, we're going to.
Remember that your allies are considered difficult terrain.
Yep, this is once again. Oh yeah, I can't fully do a weird, funny bait and switch, but I can do it twice.
Just shove past. Yorville shove past Minnie. Excuse me, pardon me.
Well, no, like double do Yorville just to sort of not shove him back towards the monsters, but then sort of just do, because like that's only 10 feet of movement. I still have 15 left, so I could walk 5, switch, walk 5 back, switch, sort of thing. I could do that twice using my last 2 bonuses, and it would keep me really This is actually okay. I'm saying this as if it's a meme. No, this is actually like a fine idea, especially as we're about to go rest.
Up to you.
And to not deal with this. Yeah. So, doing just a fucking like. Now, I get why bait and switch increases the AC, but in logical times like this, it doesn't make fucking sense. Actually, I could also just sprint. Kind of.
You
Just get
could.
the fuck out of here. Yeah,
So just
honestly.
GTFO.
I'm not gonna do the meme. I'll still bait and switch once, actually, just in case. So, I'm just going to do my total movement, and then after the bait and switch, because it'll be and I'll be giving the AC to Yorville.
Very good.
So 10 bait and switch Yorville. So here's your. Where's that bracket key? Can't find it. There it is. God fucking. Yorville's cursed
It
today!
really is.
Oh my god!
Oh no.
15, 20, sprinting, 15, 20. And Yorville's still in range. Nice. All right.
Very good, very good.
Yep.
And there we go to Minnie.
My God.
All right. I just personally remembered that I have spells.
It is true.
I don't think I have any that are going to do much good right now, so I am just going to continue running.
Don't mind me while I add to the map.
Yeah. He's just actively crafting our map.
Just RQ.
It's honestly impressive.
Apparently I cannot. There we go. Give me.
All right, you rush forward, moving outwards of the area as we move on to
Is that a cowpunch?
the Shadow One.
I'm just saying, from full bullshit, if, like, Gibbons slaps Tim, I should be able to
Actually,
jump
you know
to
what?
Tim.
What I can do. Sorry, I just realized that I could cast Cure Wounds on Tim as I'm going past. Is that okay?
You could, yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. As you release a surge of healing energy into Tim, the wounds seem to knit closed somewhat. Depends on what you roll. Behind you, you can see the shadow surging forward, shifting upon the ceiling as if it itself turns into the shadows lingering upon the ceiling from the firelight and morphs past and beyond Yorville before dropping down in front of him.
That's disturbing.
You will not spread our secrets.
Sir, I'm a detective. It's kind of what I do.
And he will string out with a strength drain. That is an 11 to hit you, but your AC is ballistic, +1 because of the thing, which means your AC is 13.
Excellent.
Aha! He's sad.
Oh.
Blink.
Okay. Blink is going to try something.
Do you release your grasp on Clink, Menny?
Yeah, I'll let him go.
All right. The squares are still difficult terrain for your allies.
Um,
20 to there, 30, 35.
okay, I only got 30, so I'm gonna go here for now. I'm gonna go ahead and saving throw Constitution to double my speed for the turn. It was a DC 8. I failed.
And that's one fate check.
Oh, and I have about 1 hour left.
Yeah, about what?
1 hour left.
Gotcha. No worries.
Your villa is 30 feet away. How? Yeah.
And I don't need protection magic. I brought my own.
What are you doing, Clink?
Yeah. Are you sure? Because you have 12 AC. And these guys hit hard.
Well, if you're talking about shield does not stack with Guardian, and vice versa.
I'm talking about Shield of Faith.
And that would stack.
Oh. I have Metagaming Pigeon. I have Arcane Deflection, which can help me with that, and I also have Shield. Which is a +5. What's Shield of Fate?
Shield of Fate gives you +2 to AC.
Oh, cool. I mean, take all the help I can get, I suppose.
Yeah, as a range of 60 feet. Cool. So I'm gonna.
Alright, as a Shield of Faith surrounds Yorville.
+2 AC for now.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to. Okay, I'm going to ready to turn undead.
What's the trigger?
If 2 or 3 of them get close enough to me for it to go off.
So within 30 feet.
Yeah.
2 or more. Okay. Very good, very good. Shadow number 2. It's going to float on forward. Let's see here. Movement. Okay. It will shift to the ceiling above, which will be in range of your attack. So your ready will go off, Clink.
Awesome. So, that is a... What's my DC? I was not expecting to ever use Turn Undead, so I don't have a macro for it.
Cool.
You thought.
My DCs are a 14 right now.
Alright. That one passes. They seem to be extra resilient against turning attempts.
That's
And they both pass.
rude.
You now know of the final feature, the one I was mentioning about soul protection. Turning Defiance. Alright, the shadow moves to here, floating above Yordaville as it reaches out with a spectral claw to grasp you. As a 17 to hit. Your AC is currently 15.
I'm going to use Arcane Deflection to bump it up the rest of the way.
Alright. Spend your resources.
Arcane Deflection doesn't have a resource. I can do it as many times as I want. I learned this today.
Well, your AC is currently 15. Arcane Deflection only gives you a +2 to AC.
And 15 plus 2 is 17, right?
They have a 17 to hit you, which means meets it beats it.
Oh, right. I'll use shield.
Okay,
Then
it's
for the
deflected.
+5.
It's deflected.
There
Okay.
we go. And
Easy
also,
clap.
don't forget that we are stone dwarves, which means we have a once a day fuck you shield.
It's true.
Oh, we also have that, yeah.
Mhm.
We're also just built differently, literally.
I mean,
Can you move the shadow off of
Yeah.
me so that I can select my token again? Thank you.
Yep, the shadow will float up towards you and try to lash out, but a barrier of force will rise out and prevent the spectral form from reaching into your body.
Yeah, Yorville sees the attack coming, and he grabs his notebook and holds it up, and then it just kind of bounces off like a bird bouncing on glass.
Very good. From there, we go to Gibbons.
Makes a similar noise as well.
They're right behind us, Papa. We gotta keep going. Hold him off.
Turns. Throws a rock. Fucking hit. I have disadvantage though.
What's it?
Okay, it doesn't hit.
Oh.
Pew! Ting ting ting.
Also, he can throw a rock 320 feet.
No, I just using his short bow range because I don't know if you guys gave him back his weapons, so if you did, he'd be using a short bow, but I don't know if you gave him back his
We
weapons.
probably would have if we were going on an expedition.
Yeah.
And I've sufficiently gaslit him enough.
Well, then he will shoot a rock from his bow instead. Does not hit, unfortunately, but it goes ting 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 ting. All right, Gibbon tried. Shadow number 3. This one is atop you there. I'm just gonna change its size to tiny so you can see your token. And this one is gonna float forward to here, and we'll give flanking upon your Yordaville. So I have +2 to hit. And you're also considered surrounded, so you have -2 AC. Now that this one here is blocking all matter of movement.
So there's a total of 4-point swing.
Yes. Strength strain. 14 versus your AC. We'll just go 18 versus your AC of 20, so that is a miss. Because you have 15 plus 5 from shield.
Yep.
Yeah, so that is a miss as it tries to streak out, but is unable to grasp hold of you. Yordaville, it is your turn. Your shield AC drops.
It sure does.
Oh, he's in 3 different auras.
Yeah, that's true.
That
I need
I
3
am.
different con saves.
Oh boy.
1, 2, and 6. So the third one's the one you don't want to fail. That's a fail for 1. Still 1 damage. And total of 7 damage as your bones begin to be chilled.
And I took 4 before as well, right?
Yes.
So. And I'm taking how much this turn?
7.
Okay. There we go. Shit. I'm going to mage armor myself.
Excellent. Barrier force surrounds your body, protecting you.
Alright, you're all getting a little too close for comfort. As much as I enjoy being reunited with my kinsman. And... Really? Oh... No, actually, I won't do this. I will disengage.
Disengage is an action. Unless you're
Yes,
saying you're not going to mage armor.
I'm not going to mage armor, I'm going
Gotcha.
to disengage.
Alright.
But that disengages from all 3 of them simultaneously, right?
Yeah, no. Disengage just says you don't provoke reactions from movement.
Yeah. And these things are still incorporeal, so I could just walk right through it.
They are indeed incorporeal.
Alright, excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then with the run option on stamina, that is...
Use stamina to do... Yeah. So you gain 5 feet of movement. Yeah, the first roll, the increase by 5 is the actual d4 times 5 roll. Unfortunately, you rolled a 1.
Yeah, I'm fucking cursed.
You really are.
Can I only do stamina stuff once a turn, or can I use multiple runs?
Generally, it's once. Yeah.
Alright, well...
Once
do
per
like to
move
use-
action, for clarity.
Would you like to use my inspiration?
Inspiration
Wait,
doesn't
run it.
change a d4.
Sorry, you said run is an action?
Run is a once per movement action. So you have your base
I
movement, you
understand.
can use it on. If you use dash, you can then use it on the dash. And if you bonus action dash, you can use it then. You can also overexert. And, if that gives you a bonus action movement, you can use run there as well.
Yeah, I would... I'm pretty much just trying to get into the crowd at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll try the overexertion.
Very good, very good.
Where is a stay macro? Is there one?
I don't believe there's a overexertion macro. You can just roll a d20. All right.
15.
You pass the save required. As you are going for the extra movement, or are you going for the extra action? Extra action is essentially haste for a round. So if you end with you double your movement, but you get the extra action. If you double your movement, you don't get the extra action, but you don't have to worry about staggering.
I'll double my movement. And
Huzzah.
then I believe all of that should get me through.
Because of the additional movement you had before you had to do the run.
Yeah.
Pretty good. As you rush to there, look over your shoulder and you notice that shadows seem to be lingering on. Tim, you continue running.
Yes.
Dravgi, do you continue running?
Your mustache, brother.
25, 30.
Yes.
All right. Minnie, do you continue running?
Yes, and I'm going to cast Shield of Faith as Dropkey and I get close.
So you're casting it on Dravgi for the Shield of Faith?
Yeah.
All right. Very good. At the end of your turn, Minnie, as you all begin running beyond, you notice that the shadows seem to slip back into the area behind them, not wishing to follow you beyond this point. So, if you all continue running, we're going to look at Clink. What are you doing? You can see that this one here has shifted back into the chamber.
Oh, yeah, Clink's gone. He's running
Okay.
too.
Then you guys can all get out without issue. If you guys did turn around seeing them not follow you, I want to give you guys the opportunity. But they stop following you after a certain point. And you guys make your way back up to the surface. Back to your campsite. The stonework doors still linger open.
Alright, well,
Okay. Who
thank you for
needs medical
indulging.
assistance?
All right, so do we want to rest here while we get back into our wits, or do we want to do any other exploring?
Thank you for indulging my curiosity.
Mine as well.
I'm going to close the door.
Excellent.
Does
As
anyone know what those things are?
our kinsmen, though
Well,
Long
maybe
past.
not anymore.
not our
I can tell you
kinsmen
spoke the
also.
same language.
I also, I
I-
suppose, not our kinsmen person. Not
They're
our kinsmen, but they're cousins nonetheless.
very, very, very old. Like
Great.
This is-
great cousin.
thousands of years old.
This has been here. Even I can tell that it's been here for a long time. They were speaking about fighting some war deep down below. They thought that we were at first here to... we were somebody named...
Fork.
what was it, brother?
Forka.
Forgo. Aye. I have never met one.
All
Nah,
right. Yeah,
me
I'd
neither.
rather not do it again.
Thank you for indulging me.
I was hoping that it might have led us through and around, or it might have been a drier place to sleep, but it's... Let's sleep on staircase. It's...
That's for your back.
I suppose.
All right. Well,
Leo?
where to next?
Let's set up our tents.
Aye.
All right. And with that, you guys check over the wounds. Nothing that isn't cured. I mean, the adrenaline shot cured the strength damage that occurred, and everything else that is something that a bit of rest will recover from. Speaking of rest, you guys' rest goes by uneventfully, other than the door. You guys achieve a long rest.
The old bait and switch. It works every time.
Works every time.
So,
This is why I'm so glad we don't live at home, brother.
how much XP did we lose for running away?
You didn't lose any experience from running away. You
How much
gained
experience did we? Oh, excellent.
You gained 2 experience.
So we're
4.
at,
Let's
we're at
go.
40.
You guys are at 45 total now.
What do we need to level up again?
60.
45. 45. There we go. Put it in. There we go. Regain
Alright.
all of my wonderful
Mm-hmm.
maneuver. I can't wait until it goes up a die, because D4 is fine and all, but oh lordy.
I apparently cannot roll above a 1 on anything other than a d20 roll this session.
Or me rolling something for you, for that matter. This was fucking cursed for Yorville, man. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, no, that was pretty bad. But you guys are done with it, at least, and you know it's at least at the entrance. What would you guys like to do now? You know that the culprit is upon the island across the way. There's a swamp between you and it.
I also don't...
During the night, it might be good for us to try and get a kind of a sneaky ambush attack on these guys.
We definitely had to rest that night.
Yeah, we had the rest last night. Doing that would have
I-
not been a long rest.
I like the idea, though. Perhaps we get closer, and then we get closer to day. Ideally, we don't encounter anything along the way. If we're all feeling good, we can set up camp and then ambush them at night. Or if something does go wrong today, we can take the night to rest and then tomorrow do the same. Or figure out another strategy.
Aye. We can't fight the whole goblin camp. There's no way that's working. Even 3... actually, I shouldn't talk too bad. That was 3 patrols that we got hit with, basically. We need to play this smart, lest we just repeat last time, or even fighting the ghosts.
You can go in through the caves.
Can you lead us
through
through
the
the
caves.
I mean, I
Well-
can, but we'd have to swim.
Aye, those caves. Aye, that could work.
Well, here's the thing. I'm pretty good at woodworking, and there are some trees around here. Maybe I could fashion like a couple of skiffs.
That's
Would
so
maybe
cool.
Oh. I only brought
I
hand
could
axes,
whip
but
us up something to eat.
hand axes are no wood chopping axe, but I mean, unless woodcarver's tools comes with a small hatchet.
Would it?
Woodcarver's tools would not come with a hatchet now.
Shocker! No, that was a longer stretch than fucking Dalsim. Okay, I tried. Hand axes aren't wood cutting axes, but I have some. Could use to help chop some of the wood.
I'd appreciate that. Yeah, anything helps. I might go for like smaller trees, just to get like some wood. It doesn't even have to be like a skiff, maybe like a raft, but something to get us across.
Move myself back. Which way? No, that's way too. No, yeah, no,
Yep.
that was correct.
Here you go.
All right, so we're here, but of course going over there. Are you? Let's
Hey,
certainly
Gibbet,
cut wood a
how
little
far of a
closer.
swim is it?
It's really long. Yeah, like really long.
Okay,
We were able to swim it going out, but going in and getting up will be a separate story also. Let's at least get hiking. If we're going to craft a boat, we're probably going to want to do it actually at the lake edge.
But if we were going during the daytime, they'd spot us for sure.
Oh, 100%.
We stay off the shore during the day.
It'll probably take us a day to craft thing.
Their perimeter is not the most secure. Me and Joe are able to swim up on them pretty easy.
Right, but 2 people swimming is not 7 people building a raft on the opposite shore.
You also swam up on them in the middle of the night, Clink. So if you wanted to swim, you guys could do that. I'm just letting you know that you did it at nighttime.
Yeah, or early morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we were to just cross over here and then go around?
Then we're in a similar situation to the first time we came up here.
Yeah, because isn't this Thistle?
Yeah, the thistle's where the shaman lives.
The shaman? Oh, you told me that the shaman's not a big fan of the scary lady. We should go talk to him.
Yeah, Gogmert's cool, but they're loyal.
How loyal are we talking?
As long as Ripnugget's in the picture, they won't betray the tribe.
Well, it sounds every time we talk about this, we come back that Rip Nugget is really the issue here.
Yeah.
well, what if we set them up to help us take down Rip Nugget?
I don't know. Seems
So-
like it'd be a difficult thing to ask.
So he's too loyal to betray Rip Nugget, but the second that Rip Nugget is dead, he no longer gives a shit.
Oh, the tribe would be his at that point. But if anyone can convince Gogmart to do it, I'm sure that Papa here could.
He's
I
quite convincing when he wants to be.
Do you think we could lure Dogmer out?
Maybe, but it's more likely to get Tangletooth out first.
It's to me like it might be right there along our way if we're going that direction.
Well, also, so the strange curse that makes me look like this and not Brutasmus,
Yeah.
most of the time, I can kind of control it to make myself look like pretty much anyone of a similar size to me if I want. I can make myself look like... Actually, no. I can make myself look pretty small if I want to. I could look like Rip Nugget and maybe convince the shaman guy.
Clink and I both have this alter self spell as well we could use to disguise ourselves.
Okay. Well, maybe...
That seems like a better plan.
Well, maybe one of you guys could be Rip Nugget. I could be Brutasmus.
Or Clink and Yorville can pretend to be pretty goblins and lure Rip Nugget into woods.
but
Okay.
Rip
Seems-
Nugget isn't.
This is a great idea.
Rip Nugget hasn't cared about his wives in a long time, ever since. Wait. How does Alter Self
Rothby does
work?
not believe.
No. I don't believe, because how does Alter Self work? Can you make yourself look like the Scarlet Claw? Then
Well-
you are Rip Nugget.
From what I can tell and what Clink showed me, you transform your appearance. You decide what you look like, including your height, weight, facial features, sound of your voice, hair length, coloration, and distinguishing characteristics, if any. You can make yourself appear as a member of another race, though none of your statistics change. You also don't appear as a creature of different size than you, and your basic shape stays the same. If you're a bipedal, you can't use the spell to become quadrupedal, for instance. At any time of the duration of the spell, you can use your action to change your appearance in this way again.
Hold on, just scrolling up real quick. Give me just a second here.
Minnie stares
Let me
at
just
him, trying to follow along, loses
get
track,
this?
follows back along.
Brother,
What? It's all on the scroll.
Brother, it has been 10. It has been roughly 10, 15. It has been many years since I have had to listen to you bramble off flashcards for a test, and that's brought back many, many memories.
It was pretty much a scroll is essentially a giant flashcard.
I would be amazing at scroll.
Given.
Yeah.
Rip Nugget, does he like shiny things?
He loves shiny things. He has a whole
He likes
treasury.
shiny things in women. So we have a shiny gem, very shiny. We can make it even
Yeah,
shinier. And
He already
and lure
took
him.
one of mine. I'm not giving him another one.
That's why we lure him into the forest with it.
I mean,
Like
there
on
are
a rope?
probably quite a few different shiny objects. Do
Or
we
you
not?
just disguise
I don't know if they'll be able to
as-
lure him. He's pretty, kept in his throne room of late. I mean, maybe it's changed since, I've been with Papa here, but
Do you think we could not exactly lure him from out here, but get in and then lure him out, say as one of you two, as the Scarlet Claw? He seems to care a lot more about her lately than he does
See?
his wives.
if you're the scary lady, you'd probably follow along with no questions asked.
Oh yeah,
We'd have to separate him from his mount, though. Because I heard that he has quite the vicious gecko.
Yeah, Stickfoot's
Right.
pretty scary.
Dickfoot, yes.
Well, then whoever's disguised as the scary lady just has to tell him to leave the gecko.
You're going for a romantic walk, right? Wherever it is.
You wouldn't bring a giant lizard with it. Okay, well that depends.
I don't. These are.
Okay.
I really don't want to assume what these ones. I wouldn't put it past them.
Okay. No, ignoring that. I think that might be our best sort of plan.
Two suggestions about this plan. I myself am not the greatest talker, and I'm also pretty shite at transmutation magic, which is what Outer Self is.
Aye.
So it could work, but
I suppose I could give it a shot.
Well,
One thing that we do have to consider is that the Scarlet Claw is probably still at Thistletop.
aye. That's the other main issue.
We would not want to run into each other. That might cause a lot of confusion.
or maybe it will just make her have an existential crisis, and she'll stop this whole thing.
Hey, Gibbons, do you know where the Scarlet Claw sleeps?
It's more
And
likely
when
to
she
be
sleeps?
to stop you.
Not exactly, but she has room downstairs in the temple
She
area.
stays underground a lot, right? So shouldn't be
Yeah.
too much of a worry.
Where does Rip Nugget sleep?
He has his chamber next to the throne room.
And is that anywhere near where the Scarlet Claw is?
No.
Perfect.
So we sneak in. We go in the way that we left last time, like through that little cave mouth. One of us disguises ourselves as the Scarlet Claw, goes up out the stairway that we found while down there, which will even add to where she was probably coming from. And unless the fates themselves hate us, you'll be able to walk up, find Rip Nugget, and lure him out into the woods where the rest of us are waiting.
Perhaps it would be best to leave Gibbons out here in the woods to keep watch.
Well, if me and Yorville are the ones using magic, we'd be able to change from swimming dragons to goblins.
Aye, the spell lets you transition between forms.
Aye. Well, and also, we only need a singular Scarlet Claw. So,
But the singular Scarlet Claw should have support. So perhaps one of us is the Scarlet Claw and one of us is a goblin.
Okay, so
Clink can't change to look big.
No, it must be me, I think. Since, I've seen her,
that too.
as Miss Wright,
so
not
where are we
necessarily
gonna?
the Scarlet Claw. And using my own, approximation of the spell's abilities, would I be able to disguise myself as her?
Could for Katrina Wright, yeah.
Who is, in fact, the Scarlet Claw, so...
But who knows how different she looks? Probably very.
She may look different when she's
Oof.
here. I would imagine she would at least be in disguise when she was running her shop.
You guys also have some sketches of the
Some
Scarlet Claw.
description of her as the Claw.
We do
Did the
have-
description have clothes?
No, none of them did. Not
Oh.
one.
Did the description include a
She
description of their
doesn't seem
clothing?
like the one to care.
Not particularly, no. Most of them were drawings alike of her naked. In fact, the majority of his journal was basically a porno.
Alright, for sure.
Where are we gonna lead Rip Nugget to, assuming we can get in?
Assuming we can get in, we should...
The main
Probably
road
we need somewhere...
distance. So we would have to be waiting out in that side of the forest.
Like over here?
Aye, since that's where the bridge leads into.
And that's
Yeah.
also where we got ambushed by goblin patrols.
Aye.
We
True.
could lead him
So-
to the edge of the swamp, probably.
That's
Yeah,
smart.
It could
We
always
would
be
just have to
deeper
cross over
into
here.
Aye. That too.
Um, perhaps the rest of the party could be waiting at the mouth of the cave, and the Scarlet Claw leads him back through the cave.
Yeah.
Any loud noise though is going to attract, like, combat is going to lead them back into the cave.
I could
Well,
assume the form of
Claw
group
herself
Asmus,
is
and
going to
whoever
be-
I'm with, we could put on very loose rope restraints on their wrists that they could slip out of very easily. And if we get caught, we could just be like, oh yeah, we're just escorting some prisoners back.
And not to be grisly about the situation, but we're planning an assassination here, right? That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We are
Uh,
doing our best to just kill Rip Nugget.
So, kill him, leave through the mouth of the cave. We kill him right in front of where we leave.
I would like to, as we're all talking about this, I'm going to take a peek at how close Gibbons is paying attention and like his reactions to this. Like,
Give me
like an insight.
a insight. He seems to be paying partial attention. Every now and then he's given insight every now and then. He's mostly just like playing patty cake with Tim's head.
Not with Tim, with Tim's head.
Yeah, no, he's just patting the. Yeah.
So I think the plan we have so far is we're going to go this way. We're going to cross the river over here, and we're going to approach Thistletop. And then when the moment is right, Yorville and Yorville and Clink are going to alter self. They're going to go in, try and lure Rip Nugget out to the mouth of the cave, where the rest of us will be waiting, and we'll kill him. Is that the plan?
Works for me.
I believe so.
Okay. We should probably do this at night. So we'll probably have to spend a day preparing, which I can use to make rafts, given the trees around here.
Aye.
Okay, I'll get to
Uh,
work. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Dravgi and I can help with the craftsmanship.
And if we do the work near the mouth of the river, we can just take the river up into the lake.
Exactly.
Aye.
Yes. Okay.
So we're just kind of going over here.
What about the horses?
We'll leave them hitched up over by where we craft the rafts.
Okay. Wait, so should we all go together to the caves, then?
Aye, yeah, I mean, that's where we're gonna be ambushing Rip Nugget.
We are literally just jumping him. Like, that's all that's happening.
Aye.
Yes, pretty much.
So we should all be at, yeah.
If we try to assassinate them near the cave, do we have to worry about him yelling for help?
Depends on how quick we are.
Maybe...
I say the first thing that we do is we try to,
Said unfortunately.
if we try to, say, I hate to put it this way, if we try to kidnap him first, and then kill him.
Alright, so we've gone from assassination to kidnapping and assassination, for sure.
Because I would say that if anyone was to have good insight as to how to handle the Scarlet Claw,
I do
It
have
would be
immense
Rip Nugget?
worries about assassinating him in his own home, because if anything goes wrong, there is both an entire army of goblins and the Scarlet Claw in the basement where we are killing him.
Yeah.
That is my
Oh,
main
true.
concerns, is why I think drawing him out into the swamp.
We'd
is
have
a
to take
little
him out.
weapon.
So we'd have to get him out by the main bridge then. Because if we're going through the caves, then we risk running into the real Scarlet Claw.
Aye, but it would also add in legitimacy to how Yorville, as the Claw, is coming out to find her lover, to then take on a romantic walk into the thistles in the swamp. For a romantic evening, of course.
Would be a good.
You're really
opportunity.
enjoying this, aren't you? You're really enjoying the part where I disguise myself as an enemy's lover, huh?
He has the smuggest fucking look on his face. It is just...
I'll get you back to this. Don't worry.
It is just
So
purely,
Clink-
well, only one of us so far has actually, started up a family and sort. Think of this as practice, brother.
Okay.
I hated everything he said.
So if we're having a day to prepare, then it sounds like whoever's going as the Scarlet Claw, Yorville, right?
Aye.
So we're gonna have to build you a raft, and you're gonna take it over to the cave. And the rest of us, we're gonna go out here into the woods, and maybe I could build like some of like those hunting platforms that you put up in trees. And I have to give you good directions on where we're going for that.
Also,
We
actually,
need a very specific location.
Yes, it would have to be.
is he
Here's what
going
Clink
to
thinks.
need the raft if the altar self can be used back, like, just constantly? Like, can't he just turn into a fish? Or
That's a very
give
good
himself
point.
Webbed feet.
I think, what was your suggestion?
So we just Yorville and Clink just swims in. Others set up ambush here, and then Clink and Yorville just walk them over.
Okay.
Like worst
One
case
point.
scenario, Rep Nugget might take like a couple goblins with him. But I think we can handle it.
I feel like if the Scarlet Claw says to leave everybody else, then he'll listen, no questions. Other than their one little friend, of course.
Here I have,
Maybe Gibbon should go with you.
well, I
Clink
had a
does not like that
slightly,
idea.
I had a slightly more elaborate thought. What if we are intent with the Bruthasmus capture one of us idea? What if we intentionally run into the Scarlet Claw in that situation with you carting me around like a prisoner? Lets me get a good look at her face, hopefully hear her voice, how she's presenting herself while she's here. And let us keep track of her whereabouts. The risk is that she becomes very interested.
That might be poking the sleeping bear a little bit too much.
The name of the mission is the risk reward, right? That's all we're talking about.
Yeah, but I wonder if she might demand that she kill you on the spot or something like that.
Well-
Didn't you say that she held ceremonies? Gibbons?
Yeah,
Perhaps we could
she held some tonight, actually.
get a look at her then. Perhaps we could get a good look at her that way. Or
Or
simply go in disguise as goblins.
I know, when she did hold ceremonies, everyone topside kind of left. Kind of like no one's on watch or anything like that. We're all just sitting there listening to her. Kind of boring, but, you know.
You're shitting
Didn't
me,
do this
really?
happen?
Tonight?
Moon days, every moon day.
Moon Day is essentially Monday. In world, religious ceremonies occur Moon Days and Sundays, depending on the type of deity. Implying Moon Day means that the deity has some connection to the moon or darkness or the like. So, yeah.
we wouldn't need to do a prisoner ruse at all. If you were to go in with your alter self active and you see her once, you just turn into her on the spot.
Which I brought up the calendar because I was like, wait, I might have to worry about the ceremony stuff happening right now. And I brought it up and like, today's the 30th. The 30th is indeed a Moon Day, so here we are.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When do the ceremonies happen? You're there all day, all evening?
They're a decent amount of time during the evening. I don't really know how long they go, though. It's really boring.
Everyone leaves during the ceremony?
Everyone topside, we all go downstairs to the chapel and start listening.
Oh.
Yeah,
Including the Nugget, I assume?
everyone.
Everyone. Alright.
Well,
Even the,
That sounds like a really good
Longshanks.
ticket in to me.
that makes some things much easier and other things much harder.
Yeah. It'd be impossible to get Rip Nugget away to kill him.
I
Aye, so perhaps after
Either
is
that,
more
or if we
appropriate.
catch him right before, everyone else will be gone, and it'll give us a chance to escape.
But I cannot assume the form of the Scarlet Claw if the Scarlet Claw will be in the basement preparing the ceremony that Rip Nugget is about to go to. Perhaps directly after? What usually happens after the ceremonies?
Sacrifices of the tribes to appease Tiamat or whatever. And then, we all, go back to our business. Some go to sleep, others go and watch. Rib Nugget tends to go back to their chamber after, like 20 minutes or something like that, pleading with the scary lady.
Pleading?
Like, come, my love, let's go and consummate our love, gross stuff.
Well, maybe she could.
That's quite the opportunity.
That would be the opportunity.
I think I know a perfect time.
I'd be like,
I
hey,
think-
Rip Nugget, ready for round 2? I have a spot out in the woods. And then you're like, and then we pop out and we kill him.
I don't think there has been a round 1. I think. Sounds like the implication. Well, it sounds like we have our opportunity though, so.
And if everyone's
Really?
if everyone's going there to attend the ritual, no one's going to be on watch.
Precisely. I get in during that window. Find somewhere near Rip Nugget's chambers to hide. Hopefully get a peek at the Scarlet Claw. Then
We could all
use
probably
the-
make it in when no one's watching and just wait in his room and jump him then.
Hey,
another option that does bring up the question of our exit strategy. If we are going to do the killing in the base, we need a very, very good exit strategy.
let's see. I have a tinderbox on me. Maybe we could start a fire.
Gibbons, when the place lights on fire, do you guys put it out or do you just like stare at it?
Fire pretty.
Okay. I think a fire would work great.
The scary lady does force us to put it out. This is what,
But-
the land to be all not usable or whatever.
There's a horse that would probably cause a lot of havoc if we let them out.
We do have horses.
Oh, but they would kill the
What
horses.
if we...
They would
A
kill
horse
horses.
mean.
I don't think that horse can die, or else it'd probably be dead right now.
No,
Oh,
that horse
I
is
know the
like
one you're talking about.
crazy. It scares me, Papa.
Oh, well, it might scare the other goblins too. That way we can use it to get away.
So, fire and horse is exit strategy.
Yes.
Are we
Maybe
gonna
with
burn the
my-
horse? Let's do this.
Not quite, but I like where your energy's at.
What time are these ceremonies held?
Moon high.
Moon high? Oh, so we have a lot of time to set up then.
Yeah, right now it's sun up.
Alright, well, if I have the late shift, then I'm going to... Let's build the... I'll help collect and build the raft, and then I'm going to sleep for a little while.
Okay.
Well, again, do we need the raft if you can shape change
Walk
yourself
in.
to have
See,
or A, walk in, B,
Well, the spell only lasts an hour, and while I
Alright.
could take a shape to let me swim faster, I don't know if I could take a shape to let me swim fast enough. And it would, like I said, I'm kind of shaped at this type of magic, so I would not have many other tools available to me.
We can just watch from the edge, and then when they go down, we walk in.
Aye, that could work. Do the patrols in the forest go to the ceremonies?
Maybe I don't remember. I know that, Shaman, he doesn't really like the ceremonies. I don't really see him too often, though Scary Lady says they're mandatory, so I don't know what that means.
I believe it means that it's required and that you have to do it.
Could I get a good gauge on the distance and via that the time it would take for me to swim in an altered form up to the cave?
Roll me a nature check and a perception check.
It's a good 3 miles from here to the cave.
Nature check.
Hmm.
Perception check.
All right. Are
I
you
have Tim to help with the perception part.
Are you intending to swim in your current location or swim at the previously mentioned section up here?
Previously mentioned section.
Gotcha. That means the DC is lower for perception check. So,
And I would also be somewhat familiar with the swim.
yeah. You would be able to cross it in about like a half an hour to an hour. It's somewhat hard to gauge, but if the water is fine, then you can probably do it in a solid half hour.
I don't want to waste half of my spare time just getting there.
Hey, Gibbons, how long do these rituals last?
They go for, a time. I don't really know. It's kind of boring and long.
He gets bored and loses track, he already mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should decide, are we going in or leading him out?
I say that it would be easier to lead him out and see if we can get more information. But
I could try
it
to
would
talk him
also
up
be
during the
safer
walk.
to just kill him right out.
Yeah.
Well,
Lead him
okay.
out for
So here's the
multitude of reasons.
So
I
here's the
have a
defining
solution.
question. Oh, I'm
Oh,
willing to
go
hear
ahead
it.
with yours.
How much do we value the information that Rip Nugget might have? We're not even sure he has it. He's, no offense, Gibbons, a goblin. They don't have.
He's a lot higher goblin than Gibbons, though.
I'm
and
very
if
offended.
they are even to the point of even acting as lovers, then perhaps we can get a little bit more out of her, or out of him, about how to inevitably handle her.
I think how it works is why on the romantic walk that Yorville takes him on the way to where we're going to jump him and kill him, he, makes sure that he's been listening in on the sermon and, asks him questions, making sure that he's been paying attention. I.e., questioning him without questioning him to even vaguely throw him off before, again, we get whatever we can from him and then, of course, kill him and disrupt their whole system.
Blink doesn't like pop quizzes.
I don't either. He also probably won't, but he's going to do it because he's pretty lazy.
I always thought they were on something
If we,
else.
if we were to be listening in on the ritual, we run the risk of running out of time on that altar self-scroll.
I have 1 hour. Actually, if we're waiting until moon high and it's sun up right now, I would have time to transcribe Alter Self into my book, right? So that I would not need to consume the scroll.
1 second.
It's a second level spell.
Yeah, I know it's a second level spell. I'm just. Da-da-da-da.
We need to be ready and positioned by noon.
You to inscribe the spell into your book will take 2 hours per level, so 4 hours. So you definitely couldn't do it in the current time right now. You'd have to choose if you wanted to spend the time that they're doing to, you know, whether that is building a canoe to get across or whatnot. Basically, you're going to have to use 4 hours of downtime. Regardless of that, you're also looking at 100 gold worth of materials, of fine papers and whatnot, which...
I simply do not have.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, fine, I'll use the scroll.
Don't we have 2 scrolls?
Clink has many scrolls.
Okay, hear me out. Wait, many scrolls.
Yeah, wait, how many?
And of what?
Clink gave Yorville 1. Clink has 4 more.
That solves so many of my issues. Alright. Fine, yeah.
This is important information to know.
Thank you, Clink.
Alright. So, yeah. I float my way on up. Find a place to hide myself during the ceremony. Wait for Rip Nugget to return to his chambers. Use Alter Self on myself to disguise myself as the Scarlet Claw. Lure Rip Nugget from his chambers as the Scarlet Claw to the place where we jump him and kill him.
Yes.
Interrogate him on the way. Got it.
I think this is
That seems like plan.
Great plan. Great plan. Alright, out of character, I'm almost out of time, so...
No worries. So the plan is to, at nightfall, have Yorville swim over there, disguised as a goblin.
I'm going to raft over there. Undisguised. I will not have used the spell yet.
Okay.
Then while everybody is in the ceremony, I'm going to position myself to disguise myself as the Scarlet Claw and lure Nugget away.
Gotcha. Anyone else going with them?
I would love some backup.
Yeah, Clink was also going. He was going to be disguised as the goblin.
So Clink's disguised as goblin. Yorville's not disguised at all.
I believe that, were Minnie and Yorville going to be disguised as prisoners? As a
That
backup
was-
plan?
No.
That was an idea we floated. I think we're not going with it, though.
Alright.
Yeah.
It's a little high risk.
Yeah.
Alright, so we will be ready to,
It's
Be there
gonna be
for
up
backup?
to those two, which is going to be immensely fucking scary.
Yes.
'Cause no, it's
is there any way we can establish some sort of connection? Does anyone have any spells that would help us communicate, or?
I don't believe anyone has any form of telepathy
Look,
or anything like that.
If things go wrong, I'll find a patch of open sky and shoot fire into it. How about?
Alright.
for what that's worth. I don't know. We're gonna be pretty far out. This is going to be a major risk to
Right.
both of your
But
sides.
Where we set up the ambush should still be able to be seen at the thistle top.
you also we need to find the ambush spot first before we do any of this.
This is true. You gotta know where to lead them back to.
Well, seems like for your
We'll
plan
do
to do
that
anything, first you need
next
to
session.
find a tree, Second, you need to find an ambush spot. So, since those are really quick, I'm just going to have those rolls occur right now. I need a survival check from one person to find an ambush spot. While that person's doing that, someone else, assumedly Tim, making me a wood carving check to build the canoe.
Yes, I will make a wood carving check.
I can also
Who
do
else has
wood
good
carving
survival?
if you would rather.
Yeah, I think
it's-
that works best.
It's the two of us who both have these sort of skills. Sort of. Which do you want your definitely higher check on, the raft or the?
To help find
spot?
the survival check, I can do my predict success.
I
Is it plus
don't
4 or
want.
physically 4. If it's plus 4, then you should roll survival.
I don't want to risk Yorville's raft sinking, especially since there are rumors of monsters in the lake. So I'll focus on the raft.
And no, Clink should fucking
I agree, good point.
roll it. Then.
So,
That's only 8 plus 3.
Kim, give me a wood carving check with dexterity. Clink, give me a survival check.
I will be helping. Clink. Definitely didn't need it, but hey.
I'll just have it be a stealth check since it's effectively the same.
Gotcha.
Would this count as a favorite terrain or no? Since
You guys are heading where to find trees and build the raft?
we're thinking over here,
Wasn't
right?
That would be
just
forest
outside
then.
the horn.
That would be a forest.
Okay.
Up here, bring it down. He sails in. We're over here
Skill
somewhere.
check, stealth, advantage. Natural 20.
Okay.
So,
26.
All right. So, you spend the better part of the day crafting a raft, searching the woods around the edge of Thistletop. The place itself is quite a maze of thorns and brambles, but you do think you found a spot that could be used as a spot to take out Ripnugget silently. The dugout canoe, having been built, you think it is most certainly stable enough to be able to make it across the ship without, or the lake without issue. Now that all is left is to enact the plan. And we'll do that next session.
Oh,
You guys had
God.
fun, and we're gonna close things out here and see if there's someone we can raid.
I'm incredibly worried for this.
Yeah. It's a raid Oblivious. Doing some fun VR stuff.
Neat as that.
Alright. But yes, soon there'll be crazy shenanigans as you guys enter Thistletop for the second time.
thanks for the session. I'm gonna get going.
Ciao, ciao.